Broadcast here at Alamo Stadium, the crown jewel of San Antonio. This is a AH Sports Media production. Today's Alamo Heights football game is against the Lanier Volks. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined by Brian MONETTE. I am your host, LaRhon Fields. We are excited to be here of a first of sorts for Brian. Brian, how are you doing today?
Oh, man, I'm feeling great. Happy to be here. Like I said, this is my first time in Alamo Stadium, so I'm able to enjoy the views as well as a little bit of the football as well. So it's a great day to be here.
Well, I'm glad it's your first time, and it's a glorious day. We got partly cloudy skies. We've got a breeze. We got just a kiss of the sun, and we got a football game. And I don't know about you, Brian. It actually felt good for it to be a Saturday game this week because Friday night was not a good night for anyone. Kerrville Tivy suffered a loss. I know that SA Veterans Memorial got the win in that game, but it wasn't an effective win, but a win's a win. So today it feels like our players maybe got a couple extra hours of rest, let their bodies reset, come out, perform. What do you see from the pregame warm-up so far?
Oh, man, I'm seeing almost like a workman's mentality kind of present over our mules today. They seem to be very kind of methodic about their approach to getting ready for the game. You can tell that they're really ready to kind of put an exclamation point on this season and kind of move on to the last few games of the season.
That's a great observation. I saw the same thing. And what makes this special, we are getting closer and closer to that thing called playoffs. So for us, as we're watching pregame, we're also looking at this game to see if we can measure all the measurements from the year. Are we where we need to be? And I don't know that tonight's competition is going to give us a full measure as far as the resistance, but we can look at some things. Do we still have penalties? Are we throwing interceptions? Do we have a clean game, so to speak? And, Brian, you've assessed this before. How do you assess the game?
Well, we want to make sure we're doing the little things correct, right? So as we're getting closer to the playoffs, right, this is the time where we really should be cleaning up some of those mistakes. We shouldn't see guys out of position. We shouldn't see guys, some of those petty offsides, false start type penalties, right? What we're looking from the Mules today is they got to play clean, right? We really don't want to see them play with their food. So we're seeing some of those tit-for-tat penalties or some of those silly mistakes. That doesn't bode well, as we will be inevitably going up against, stiffer competition. We know the guys on the field want to look at take it game for game, but one of the things that we can really do as fans is we can afford to look ahead. And in that looking ahead, we need to start ensuring that we're sharp.
Definitely. Sharpness is the key. The good thing is we should be in position to potentially have a home playoff football game. That competitor will not be similar to those that we played in our district. So we have to be ready, mentally sharp and focused.
Correct.
We're still a young team. I know we've had a whole season, but we're still young in the fact that people who will play in that first playoff game, it will be their first time in that atmosphere, that environment, and they may be at key positions. And what we need today also is to come out injury-free.
Oh,
we
yeah.
can't suffer any more injuries.
100%.
We need to get the people who are injured back. So this is a game that you don't want to look ahead and overlook.
Correct.
As you mentioned, this is a workmanlike game. You come with your hard hat, your lunch pail, you put it away, and you move on to next week, last week of the regular season, and you keep it moving. As we face Lanier today, let's talk about who their players are that we should see on the field that it makes some moves for them. We know that they're a heavy run team, so we know that their running game is their biggest and only real threat. They don't really pass the ball much. Who are their two standout players that run the ball, Brian?
Well, the two guys that stand out the most, we got Jazavian.
that she wrote, "Speech to the young, speech to the progress toward. Say to
Get ready to experience the thrill of ALAMO sports like you've never seen it before.
AH Sports Media is your ticket to the heart-pounding action.
Catch all the live coverage of Alamo Heights sports events. And exclusive insights from dedicated athletes and coaches.
Don't miss out. Tune to AH Sports Media and be part of the excitement.
Alamo Heights Sports, brought to you by AH Sports Media.
Your passion, our coverage.
Welcome back. Sorry, guys, we had some technical difficulties, but we're back in this thing like a Chevrolet. So, Brian, you were talking about keys of victory for Alamo Heights. What do we need for us to make this thing ours?
All right. Well, we need to play clean, right? We need to play clean. We don't need no Santa Claus in today, right? We're not giving out gifts. We can't allow Lanier to, at any point throughout the game, to feel that they have a chance to win. How do we do that? Well, we execute the design plays on offense. We don't need any big shot plays, so you can't allow Lloyd and Dixon to get behind us, get out in open space, because they're going to try to out-athlete us, right? They're going to try to get the ball to those guys in space and let them dance their way to the end zone, right? So we need to make sure we're competing, get some strip plays in there, take the ball away, and really kind of establish the tone early.
I love it. So, it also, one of those things where we have strength in numbers on our side, right?
Correct.
We do have players who may go both ways, but we don't depend on them to go both ways. And just looking at the starting lineup for Lanier Vokes, they have their quarterback who plays safety, which in a game like this, we kind of saw it last week where Edison's best player, Samad Bunch, was the quarterback, receiver, running back,
Holy
DB.
smoke.
He got tired by the second quarter. And at that point, it was like, all right, 35, nothing. So today is one of those days where, depending on who wins the coin toss, which we'll see here shortly, it could start fast and it can finish fast.
Correct,
So
100%.
we're in that position where I'm just looking for a clean game from Colin Ernst. Want his mechanics to pop. I want to see them get the ball to Michael Terry without it being an interception or a tip ball. So hopefully they can get that chemistry down because that's something we haven't seen yet. And I would love to see the tight ends get some action today, right? Big Bennett Johnson, he's about 6'7", get down the field and get some scores. We know DK Gardner is going to get down. We know Colin can run and get around the corner and get the field. We know Michael Terry can run the ball. Trip Johnson, we know he can return in the punt game. I was watching in pregame. The punter from Lanier was averaging about 30 yards a punt, so not very high. So most of the punts should be returnable.
Oh, 100%. And I think it's important that one of the most important things you just mentioned was all of those players, Colin Ernst, DK Garza, Tripp, Michael Terry, right? We have depth on our side at Alamo Heights. So the ability to kind of get multiple guys involved to kind of carry the weight on offense and defense will be major key, right? Because if I'm Lanier, I don't want to play a long, drawn-out, close game because time won't be on my side, right? Eventually, attrition will take place. And then once attrition gets in, bad things happen.
All right, well, let's take a look at the Alamo Heights starters. We know Colin Ernst starting at quarterback.
Correct.
We know Michael Terry starting at receiver. We know Jackson Hildebrand sitting at left tackle. Everything else should be the same. As you see on the screen, those are the starters for the day. Nothing's really changing on offense. Like we said, starters start, starters finish. It would be nice to see them play a four-quarter game. I don't know if that happens. Defensive starters, there may be some changes there because of the type of offense that Lanier runs. They are a run team, so our run defense is pretty much set. Lauren Christensen anchors the D-line. We have Ryan Stetson at linebacker anchoring those guys, along with Cortland Hanna. Will Broderick is out today. And we have in the back end, we have Max Bacon, we have Oliver Duffin, right? We have Gage Sharp, so that's our back end. And for us, consistency and experience is the key. Everyone's got some experience. A lot of people have gotten playing time. Today shouldn't be anything different. We should see more and more players.
Correct. I mean, I think that the phrase that comes to mind is players play, right? And that's one of the main things we need to see today. We need to see a complete game from Alamo Heights. We need to see a complete game from our offense, our defense. We need to see clean, right? One of the things we'll be looking for, especially as we approach the playoffs, is to clean up some of those mistakes we had early. Specifically, what comes to mind is that Harlandale game, right? A game where the game shouldn't have been as close early on as it was, right? So we don't need another one of those type of experiences specifically in this game, right? Play clean, play fast, execute, and it should be a good day, a good trick-or-treat Halloween weekend for the Mules.
Speaking of trick-or-treat, fans, as always, you get to participate, and that's a treat for you guys. Go on to AH Sports Media on YouTube, subscribe, and then you get to participate. Go into the live chat to participate in today's Player of the Game vote. It will open up at the beginning of the fourth quarter. You'll be able to select who you think is the player of the game. Again, like, subscribe, support, AH Sports Media. That's where you go. Yeah. And also remember, you have to be a subscriber to vote. So we want you to subscribe, go in the live chat, and select the player of the game, and that will work. Right now, we are pausing for the colors, the presentation of the colors of the game. We will step away, and we'll be right back.
That she wrote, speech to the young, speech to the progress toward, say to
Be a mule.
All right, welcome back. We are here and we're watching the presentation of the colors. The game will start in 15 seconds after that. All right, the presentation of the colors has happened. We are getting ready for kickoff. We unfortunately didn't get to see who won the coin toss, so we're waiting, just like you are, to see who will be receiving and who will be kicking off. You know what we like to do. We get the ball. I hope we get the ball and return that mug back. But we are waiting, and we're excited. Again, it's an awesome and beautiful day out at Alamo Stadium. It's an overcast day. It's a breezy day. And just a beautiful scenery all around. 360 views of Incarnate Word, downtown, the Alamo Dome, the Hemisphere Tower, and behind us, Trinity University. It feels academic and collegiate. Trinity football is playing behind us. Incarnate Word football is away. I believe they're in Southeast Louisiana tonight. So it's just a football Saturday. I'm sure most of you are going to watch this, tuning in. Thank you for tuning in to the broadcast on H Sports Media. We love to have you. And we know you're probably watching college football at the same time. So it looks like that Alamo Heights will kick the ball off first. It looks like Linus Flores will tee it up and get ready to kick. And we're off. The kick is up, and it is out of the end zone. That's the kick we've been wanting all season, Brian.
There it is.
Not the short stuff, not the short hop. Kick it through. Your best weapon on a kickoff is no return.
There it is. Correct, correct. Don't give them a chance to do anything special with the ball. Which, with this team, you never know.
You don't give them hope, right?
Don't give them. Don't
give
them
hope.
any
Don't give oxygen. The defense looks ready. They fired out there, ready to go. They're hungry. They're waiting. This is a televised game, so you will see some pauses and some extra commercials today. Again, this is being televised, so you will have a TV timeout type game. Stick with us. We are your hosts for the most sports in Alamo Heights. Your passion, our content. Alamo Heights lines up in the spread, and they go with a pass to start the game off, rolling to his left, and incomplete, out of bounds, even though the coach caught it. Quarterback was tackled back at the 15.
Well, we talked about Lanier getting creative, in a sense, opening up or getting a new playbook. They tried it. They
kudos.
tried it. Kudos. I mean, my grandmother used to say, nothing beat a failure but a try, and good on the attempt.
Listen,
it didn't work out how they wanted it.
I know you weren't with us last week on the broadcast, but Edison did a great job of doing the same thing. So, again, that makes me a happy viewer. At least I see you're trying. Effort is everything. Here we go again. Lanier lined up in the spread. Two receivers up top, Twins. Got the handoff to what they do best is run. And
To a wall.
What we do best, wall up and man up.
There it is. Take away what they do best, and it seems like the Mules are dedicated in doing that today.
Definitely, as always, right? That's the one thing that we can hang our hat on is the Mules' run defense is tough. That's one thing that's good because most high school coaches love to run the ball. Unless we face a passing dominant team, which you don't see too much of. We know the golden carrot of that team that we always keep our eye on to see if we're going to meet down the road is Liberty Hill. They don't throw the ball. They run it 55 times a game. So if our run defense is that good, that makes me feel happy. Here we go. Lanier rolls out, sprint roll to the right. Ball's on the rope, and the ball is incomplete at the 40. The pass was intended to number 7.
And that will be 4th and 8 from the Lanier end of the field.
They went to their playmaker, Marquise Dixon, but the quarterback, Mr. Chacon, could not get him the ball in a way to get the first down.
Well, it seems like Chacon looks really uncomfortable, which means that Alamo Heights is doing a really good job of getting in his face, making him taking away his comfort zone, right? Because there was no pocket for him to step into whatsoever.
Well, it could be 2 different comforts, right? Comfort of not throwing, comfort of throwing at all. He doesn't throw much.
That's true.
And throwing on the run. That's 3 different comfort levels that you have to be good at. And again, as much as we want them to go outside their game plan, you can't really go outside your competencies. The punt is up, Tripp fields it, and he drops a little bit, does a slide, and he lands at the 50. So once again, the Alamo offense starts at the Arena League 50, and they can strike from anywhere. So this poses a threat to the Lanier defense.
100%.
Let's see how this shapes up.
Yeah, you can't have that if you're Lanier. You can't give Alamo Heights half the field, right? Because that makes this team exceedingly dangerous.
Well, and looks like, so we're in our normal set, right? We have Colin Ernst back, DK to the left, Terry up top, Twins right. We have Lanier with 2 deep safeties. Colin Ernst calling for the ball. Offsides on Lanier.
A little too eager. A little too eager.
I wonder if that was planned. I wonder if they came in the game plan. We know they're going to be eager. Let's give them some eye candy early, and because you rarely see that on the first defensive snap for the other team. That you jump off. And it wasn't just one person. It was like the whole D-line.
The whole D-line jump.
Alamo Heights keeps the same formation, just switches the running back to the right side. Hand off, up the gut. That is DK Garza for a gain of, looks like 20.
A lot.
That was a lot.
What a play made by number 2, because if he didn't catch DK by the shoestrings, it would have been all she wrote.
Yeah, I mean, that was one where I think they're playing deep for that reason, just in case they know they're going to break some runs, but we need some stoppers in the back to make sure they don't get a home run on that one. Okay, we've got the full house backfield. We got Twins to the top, single receiver downside. Colin Ernst waiting on the snap. Another handoff. No hole, getting outside around the corner, getting up the field, stutter step. Picks up about 4 yards. Depends on the spot, waiting on bodies to clear and this ball to be spotted.
And what a smart run by DK Garza, right? Taking exactly what the defense gives them, not necessarily trying to force the issue.
That was a gain of 6, by the way, so it's 2nd down and 4. You know my feelings. I feel like right here we're going to take a shot with the pass.
Oh, 100%.
Or it's either going to be a pass or Colin Ernst touchdown run right here. We've gotten 2 nice runs from DK Garza. Sprint right. Pass. Dump off. Oh, where do we spot? Oh, the official had to do some hopping.
Is the official marking us down at the goal line?
Yeah.
Looks like the 1 yard line.
Inside the 1. DK, it's the DK Garza show today. He's had 2 handoffs, 3 handoffs.
There it is.
He's had, well, he pretty much had 50 yards, 49. So I don't even have to do the math. He's had 49 yards, 2 runs, 3 runs, and 1 reception. Colin Ernst got the ball to him. Lanier has a decision to make here. Do we believe what we see, or do we trust and blitz everything?
Oh, you send the house. I would send the house if I'm Lanier.
And Colin Ernst is
touchdown.
in the end zone,
In the end
for
zone.
6 points.
Way to lower the shoulder by the QB with the get some on the touchdown.
I actually heard some pad popping there, so that was definitely a collision of sorts. He's used to probably skating in untouched, but that one got a little love tap.
Oh yeah.
So
He
that's
said-
a wake up.
He said, "Hey, quarterback not afraid of a little bit of tapping, a little bit of touching."
Not to put our quarterback in a bubble, but I don't need that on week 9.
Correct.
We trying to get in, get out. Or we had a miss handle on the snap. We missed the extra point.
Yeah, we can't have that. Can't have that on the extra point. You know, especially we talked about in the pregame, playing clean, right? Executing, doing those little things. Those are some of the things we know, and we know the coaching staff is going to make a concerted effort to make sure we clean this up as we go into the end of the season.
Definitely, and again, all 3 phases: offense, defense, and special teams. You need all 3 to be successful. Some games you can get away with 2. Some games you need all 3, and we want to see that complete game where all 3 phases are clicking on all cylinders. Right now, Alamo Heights 6, Lanier Volks 0. We're lining up for the kickoff for the 2nd time of the game today. Hopefully we see the same thing. Kick the ball deep, pin them back deep. Don't give them any hope. Don't allow a return. Put your defense back out there. Let them put their hard hat on, shut down the run, and protect the pass.
Hey, I mean, spot on. I think, you know, we want to make Lanier earn it. We definitely want to make them earn it. So let's make them drive the length of the field if possible.
Here we go. Linus Forrest is teed up the kickoff. He's approaching. And it looks like we're going to sky kick dead center, but they're going to let Lanier lets it go in the end zone. It's almost like Lanier's afraid to get the ball. Their best players are back to return. In a game like this, you got to take what you can get.
That's
and take
true.
what they don't want you to get.
So I wonder if it's the players are afraid to return the ball, right? Or maybe this is something that the coach is scheming, right? Maybe because they know that it could potentially be a long game, so maybe they're trying to protect some of their best players by just taking what they can get.
You said something on the broadcast. Lanier is 3-5, and they have nothing to lose.
They have nothing to lose.
You have nothing to lose. So I'd say this is a coaching thing, right?
Yeah.
You saw the first kickoff was kicked kind of deep. Back up. It's easy to come forward. It's harder to go backwards. You got to make a play. You got 2 opportunities to make a play when the ball is given to you. That's on offense and that's on kick return. Here we go. Lanier jet sweep fake. Ball up the middle. Good gain. Knocked back by our Mules defense. It stands tough. Looks like a 2-yard, 4-yard gain. I'm always looking at the officials for the spot, and sometimes they start dancing on me. They're doing the Harlem Shuffle.
4-yard gain. And
that was a 4-yard gain.
This is what you want if you're Lanier, right? You want to get your 3 yards here, your 4 yards here. I mean, you're a running team. So when you run, you got to see some type of progress. Right?
Definitely, but you can't get behind the scoreboard, right?
Correct.
If you're 6-0, you're good. If it's 12-0, 14-0, you're not good. Here we go. Quarterback Chacon with the keeper. He gets up for a gain of about 2 yards. So now you got a critical 3rd down, and this is where most teams, if they're poker players, they tend to hold them or fold them because it just don't work out. So it'll be interesting to see on this down if they go to the pass or they go to their strength. It is 3rd and 3.
One thing for sure, third and 3 isn't necessarily a death sentence for the drive, right? But what you're going to need is Lloyd or Dixon is going to have to get you another one of those 4-yarders that you got on that first down.
Looks like a pass. It's a swing out. They dancing around. He's going to pick up the first down and more. That's a good play call right there for Lanier. That's something that we got to work on the defense, right? Keeping the shifty players in front of you, being able to come through and make a tackle behind the line of scrimmage. So right now, Lanier picked up its first down of the game, and that's what you need if you're Lanier. Every drive, I don't care if you're Lanier, Alamo Heights, don't care if you're the Cowboys. Get first downs to get touchdowns.
Correct, and I mean, you want to put the ball in the hand of your best player. It doesn't matter whether it's football, soccer, basketball. If I'm the Spurs, I'm giving Wemby the ball, and I'm letting him do work.
I'm going to let you sleep on that one. Here we go again. Mr. Dixon, he is tackled. Still making positive gains here. Lanier's putting together a little bit of a drive right now. So our defense does this from time to time. They'll get not soft, but they bend a little, but they don't break. So my hope here is they'll get to the 50, and then our defense will exercise their demons, and we'll get that ball back.
Oh, definitely. You know, you said it on the broadcast a couple weeks ago. I'm going to keep stealing it from you, LaRon, the Great Wall of Alamo Heights. We need that wall to stand strong, so trust the process.
Keeper from the quarterback tries to get outside and is
There it
stopped.
is. There it
That's a loss
is.
of the play of 3 yards. So they're mixing it up here. They gave the ball to their one of their better players, Marquise Dixon, in a, I guess you can call it a wild vote. It wasn't very successful because we clogged up them holes. Third down and 12, another crucial down.
Third and 12.
You're the offensive coordinator, Mr. Monette. What are you calling here? Looks like a passing game.
Well, you got to pass. 3rd and 12 is a
Half
passing
roll,
down.
throws the ball on a rope, and incomplete to the sideline.
Devastating. Absolutely devastating if you're
The only
Lanier Vols.
challenge I see there, right, when you do a sprint rollout, you're cutting off half the field.
Correct.
Unless it's a planned throwback, which is something I would look for. But it looked like the defense had that one covered very well. No one was blanketed, but no one was open either. Trip Johnson set back to return the punt. As I said earlier, the punter's been kicking about 38 yards. And Trip Johnson is a shade under the 30-yard punt return mark.
Oh,
Blocked! Lauren, is that Lauren
blocked.
Christensen or
It
Oliver Dubbin?
is.
Ball picked up.
Lauren Christensen with the block.
That looked like Cookie Monster and a glass of milk. It wasn't going to work, folks. Lauren Christensen dunked his cookie into the
Whoa.
milk.
Special teams with the special play.
That was Wimby-esque right there. It's like, that looked like
Hey.
David versus Goliath. I don't even know why he jumped. He was already right there on him.
I mean, we are in the shadow of downtown San Antonio.
The future home of the San Antonio Wimby-Yamas. Whether it's the Frost Bank Center or not, it will be downtown. Book it.
Wow.
Here we go. Alamo Heights offense. Now it looks like it's Michael Terry's turn to be next to Colin Ernst in the backfield. And they're lined up at the 29-yard line going to the end zone, towards the end zone. Colin Ernst calls to the ball, waiting patiently, drops back, takes a few steps back, unloads over the top to a wide open picnic. Michael drops the ball. Terry, what happens? See, sometimes when you get too comfortable, you get
too
uncomfortable.
Open. He was too open.
Listen, as a former receiver, I will defend him. The ball was thrown in such a manner that didn't really give him that, like, pop in his hands. It was a loopy-loop, right?
I hear you.
You got to have the ball touched, but on a rope.
You know, hey, but if it touch your hands,
I hear you.
you got to catch it.
I just said in the only defense I have. In the courtroom, I have one defense. The jury can accept or reject. In this case, you're rejecting.
And I know Michael Terry wants that one back.
Definitely.
I know he wants that one back.
Here we go. Alamo Heights on a second down redo. DK Garza to the right. Ball is handed off to DK Garza. He gains positive yardage, about 5 yards on the carry. We are gashing in between the tackles. Our O-line is doing a magnificent job today so far.
Correct. I mean, it's always a joy as a lineman when you see the big boys up front who aren't afraid to get a little dirty, right? Unafraid to kind of get up in those big defensive tackles and defensive ends and kind of dead them to move past them.
So what's crazy though, right? We put ourselves in a good position to be a third down and 6. So that's a great thing. Here we go. Drop back. We're going to pass on third down and 6. Colin Ernst dances around, lobs it. Oh, see, again, Mickler gets a catch. And this, if I have any concerns about our passing game offense, it's probably not our strongest suit, is that. And this is what I keep saying. I know you rejected my legal theory about the pass, but it just showed up again, Your Honor.
That's true.
It showed up again, right?
Hey, sustained.
Thank you. I just want, overturn the last ruling and get this on the record that you got to have crispicity in your passes because your receivers, it's like what they say in basketball, a passer makes a shooter.
Correct.
You give a good pass, that three-pointer feels just as sweet.
That's true.
Here we go. We have Alamo Heights on a first down at the 16-yard line. Another pass out wide. We have Trip Johnson joking, cutting across the field, flirting with the touchdown, and it is 6 points for the Alamo Heights Mules.
Got a flag
but
on
there
the play.
is laundry, and I don't mean the brand. I mean that flag by the Zebras is on the ground.
Pick it up, ref.
No No score. No
Oh,
score.
it's on defense. All right.
Yes.
I
Touchdown, Alamo Heights. The touchdown stands.
I
The
believe it
penalty was
offside.
against the defense. Offsides on
I
Lanier.
believe it was offside on Lanier.
So let's see if we can get this extra point to go through, or are we going to do some kind of a ruse here to get 2 points on the board? Call for the ball, down, up, and good. It is 13, Alamo Heights, Lanier Volks, 0. First quarter, 3 minutes and 48 seconds remaining. Alamo Heights will line up for the kickoff. We'll be back right after this commercial break.
Get ready to experience the thrill of unlike sports like you've never seen it before.
AH Sports Media is your ticket to the heart-pounding action.
Catch all the live coverage of Alamo Heights sports events. And exclusive insights from dedicated athletes and coaches.
Don't miss out. Tune to AH Sports Media and be part of the excitement.
Alamo Heights Sports brought to you by AH Sports Media.
Your passion, our coverage.
All right, welcome back. So, Brian, we've had a adventurous first quarter, kind of the pace we normally go in these games. Still a little things we need to clean up. Crispicity on our passes. We have no penalties so far. That's good. Defense hasn't let up too many big yards. We've got a special teams block punt. What else can we ask for?
I mean, I think that's a valid point outside of the missed field goal, right? Which was just kind of like a bobble snap, right? I mean, Alamo Heights is playing pretty good. They're able and showing the ability to pretty much do what they want. They've scored every single time they've touched the ball thus far. I mean, if you're Lanier, you feel, or Lanier rather, my apologies, you feel it has to have the weight of I'm down 28-0.
Yeah, because you've been across. No, you've been to the 50 and not past it. Like there's a gate there that says nope, you can't come through. So you got to do something. Here's the kickoff from Linus Flores. Ball is drilled straight. I don't know why they are not returning the ball if you're Lanier. Like it makes no sense at this point.
Yeah.
Your argument, sir, in my courtroom is not even being we're not even listening to it because the ball is there to be returned. We're not even down the field yet to even make a tackle. We're talking about a good 15, 20 yards before the ball is being approached by the defense. So
the only thing I can come to is they don't trust their kickoff return team.
If you don't trust your kickoff return team, then you don't trust your offense because your best player is returning the ball. It's not like you got a new guy back there because he's hurt. At this point, 3 and 5, you have nothing to lose.
You have nothing to lose.
Except for the game you're not supposed to win in the first place. So
it just feels like they feel it comes across that as if they feel that they won't get to the 25 if they return it.
I can see that argument, but here we go. You're at the 25 and you gained, little explosive jittery play here. Pick up a first down almost on first down. It'll be 2nd down and 1. Good gain of 9 yards.
Lloyd, there it is, the 1-2 punch.
Yeah, that's his first big gainer, Lloyd, on the carry. He made more of that magic happen than anybody. He got small and got through the crack and got up the field. All right, here we go. Look at the bottom of your screen. You have Dixon. Keep an eye on their best player for Lanier. Motion, jet sweep, fake handoff. Handoff. First down picked up after a gain of 4 yards. That's a good crafty play there for Lanier. Little smoke and mirrors. That's been working for them. The jet sweep action because it keeps the defense at bay.
Correct. I mean, they're going to need this. Right, 4 yards. They're gonna have to. It seems like they took Lloyd out of the game, so I'm assuming we're gonna see Dixon take over some of the rushing duties for Lanier. So let's see if they can kind of maintain pace because, I mean, they're going to need to. However, playing from behind, that's not going to work well
on the
for
keep.
them.
Chacon for, looks like a
3-yard game.
Third down and 3 for Lanier. So this is what I hear your point. This has been working for him, but at some point you got to get shots downfield.
Oh, 100%.
The 3 yards in the cloud of dust theory, it's not 1987. It is 2023, and if you can't strike down the field or create big play opportunities, you're just pretty much moving the ball closer to a punt.
True.
To return.
And I mean, the cloud of dust theory only works if there's a passing threat to be respected.
Yes.
So if they can't respect the
See,
pass.
right here we took away the pass, but he almost had a pick. It's again, this is one of those things where they're uncomfortable passing, and if we're forcing them to passing downs, it just doesn't work for them. Here we go again. Lanier elects to punt the ball. If you're the Alamo Heights defense, on alert, you block the last one, alert for a fake.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, because if I'm Lanier, I'm going to fake. It's 4th and 3. You have nothing to lose. You're 3 and 5. I would go for the fake.
I don't know if I'd go for the fake lined up in a punt formation because I don't know if you're fast enough to get back to the line of scrimmage. But we'll see what happens this time. We have false start on Lanier. Yes, that is confirmed. False start on Lanier. That's going to back the ball up if we accept. 5 yards. So now it's 4th down and 8 from the 37. Trip Johnson is anchored down at the 39-yard line, waiting for the punt from Lanier. The winds are swirling, so this could be a tricky situation on the punt. Here we go. The ball is kicked. Nice one. Wobbler up high. And this is exactly what I mean is we literally made a mistake by not understanding the assignment of fair catch or get out the way. These are the things that we can't have happen in week 9 of the season that are just mental errors, right?
Yeah.
Simple mistakes.
It's one of those things where you can't play your opponent and yourself at the same time.
No.
Right? Got to clean those mistakes up.
Yes, definitely. So Lanier retains possession. Their first time in Alamo Heights Mules territory. They're on the 41. 1st and 10. 1 minute and 28 seconds left in the first quarter. Let's see if it's a cloud of dust or if we get energized by the turnover here for Lanier.
Yeah, if you're Lanier, man, you got to take advantage of this. Got to take advantage of this opportunity.
Okay, pass, drop back. Oh, pick.
It's intercepted. Seemed like they were targeting Marquise Dixon, number 7. Understandable play call.
Yeah, well, look, Joseph DePerrier dropped back in coverage. Yeah. So, again, it's safe throws. That wasn't a good throw.
Correct.
In the sense of it wasn't read properly. And that's why you can get away with some of the mistakes we have. But the problem also is you can't afford to drop to the level of your opponent. You have to play to the standard, and the standard is the standard.
Correct.
And that's what a little shocking that Trip Johnson did not call for a fair catch. I alluded to the winds being swirling. I haven't alluded to that the ball was a wobbler. Those two indications say let it drop, play it off the bounce, or let it go. We even ran our coverage in a bubble area, so it could have bounced off one of our players.
Correct. I mean, and when you call for a fair catch, right, there's not necessarily the level of urgency to try to go in, I have to catch the ball. You got to be comfortable with being like, you know what, let me just let it drop. Let it drop. Come on.
All right, we are going to step aside for a media timeout. You are watching Alamo Heights football on AH Sports Media.
Get ready to experience the thrill of Alamo Heights sports like you've never seen it before.
AH Sports Media is your ticket to the heart-pounding action.
Catch all the live coverage of Alamo Heights sports events. And exclusive insights from dedicated athletes and coaches.
Don't miss out. Tune to AH Sports Media and be part of the excitement.
Alamo Heights Sports brought to you by AH Sports Media.
Your passion, our coverage.
Just watch Michael Terry get a large gain on the handoff from Colin Ertz. As we were talking on a break, can't play yourself, can't beat yourself. We got to play to the standard. And typically what happens when we get to that moment, I can tell the coach is like, we got to get this thing together. They hand the ball to Mike Terry.
Hey, workman, work. And that's what we're seeing from Michael Terry. That was a grown man play by him, right? Took it up the middle, fought for every little yard he could, wasn't afraid of the contact. We got to see more of that.
Yeah, here we go. Again, Michael Terry in the backfield, opposite of Colin Ertz on the right side. Colin Ertz calls for the ball, and he keeps this time. Colin Ertz jiggles and wiggles. He's getting to the 15, down to the 14-yard line.
That was a deceptive. I thought Michael Terry had the ball, but Colin Ertz was running behind big bag Michael Terry.
Credit Michael Terry for running like he had the ball, because I was confused. I'm gonna be honest with you. So I'm looking at you because you were looking confused, but I'm just calling like Colin has the ball because they both did a great job of carrying out their assignment.
Exactly, and you know the art of carrying out a fake it really is an art, right? There's nothing that bothers me more than seeing like an offensive player not carry out the fake, right? I don't have the ball, right? They don't even pretend like they have it. They just kind of like, oh, look, I didn't have it anyways, right? So kudos to Michael Terry and Colin Ertz. Kudos to the offensive staff.
On that note, that ends the first quarter. We're heading to the second. But in between time and meantime, be prepared. Keep your eye. You know you're watching Alamo Heights football on AH Sports Media, where you can participate by voting for Player of the Game. Go to the AH Sports Media on YouTube, subscribe, look in the live chat, and vote for your favorite player of today's game at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Stay tuned. Keep it locked here to AH Sports Media, Alamo Heights football. This gracious Saturday, your Mules 13, Alamo Heights leading Lanier Volks 0.
Get ready to experience the thrill of Alamo Heights sports like never before.
AH Sports Media is your ticket for heart-pounding sports action.
Catch all of the live coverage of Alamo Heights sports events.
And exclusive insights from dedicated athletes and coaches.
Don't miss out. Turn into AH Sports Media and be part of the excitement. Alamo Heights Sports brought to you by AH Sports Media.
Your passion, our coverage.
Welcome back from the break. Hey, it's a great day. If you're not here at Alamo Stadium, I hope you're somewhere enjoying yourself while you're watching this game. Alamo Heights Mules are lined up, ready to go in for another touchdown. They're lined up at the 19-yard line. Colin Ertz waiting on the snap. DK Garza to his left. Colin Ertz calls for the ball, and he keeps it, goes up the middle, busts the seam, gets knocked over, gets the first down in the process. He is down at the 14-yard line. First down, Mules.
Man, what a tough run by the quarterback, right? Took a nasty hit as he got up close to what appears to be the 14-yard line, but nice tough run. Way to keep his legs moving.
Definitely so. Again, we talked about this somewhat during pregame. It feels like there's a malaise to today's game. It's like it's easy like Sunday morning, but it's Saturday. And so hopefully by the second half, we can kick it up a notch. Here we go. We have a new formation from the Mules. We have Colin Ertz in the pistol. Michael Terry with the handoff, up the gut, stutter steps, gets through, busts through. He's still churning and burning them legs. And he's down to the 6-yard line. That's a pickup of 8.
I think the 10-yard, 6-yard line. From the 6. I think we're really seeing Alamo Heights really show a different side of itself with this series, right? You're seeing a real concerted effort almost to play bully ball, right? Like I'm going to dare your defensive front to prove that they're tougher than our offensive front.
And sometimes you have to do that. You got to set the tone early, and we'll see what they do here. Pass or run. It's a quarterback keeper, and it's a quarterback scamper up to the end zone.
The end zone.
Colin Ernst with his second touchdown of the day. Yes, sir. Colin Ernst, second touchdown of the day. Brian, that design, what I like about it is you could tell that Lanier was spying on either Terry or Ernst. And when you keep the ball, Terry becomes a blocker, takes away the threat, and then it's player make a play.
Correct.
And Colin Ernst made a play.
Correct. Hey, and we said it earlier, right? Players make plays, and that's exactly what's taking place here. It's definitely looking like Alamo Heights is not playing with their food, especially as we go deep into the second quarter of the game.
Definitely. It is 20-0, Alamo Heights in the lead.
Lanier has shown no signs to stop them. No signs, no capabilities.
We knew they wouldn't stop them defensively. That has never been a thought, expectation. We don't even have keys to the game for it. The key to the game was, can you try to keep up with the scoring? Because you're not going to stop them.
Yeah.
Can't look. MC Hammer said, "Can't touch this." And you can't touch this. We touched ourselves and missed the extra point.
Correct.
But I think we've had the only misstep, the punt, which we then got back in the subsequent play with the pick. So we're shooting ourselves. It's missing our foot, but it's still something we want to clean up. So defensively, they owe us one. They owe us one on special teams. And defense already got their turnover. So special teams, you owe us something magnanimous today, and we'll see. Lanier can't hang their head. They got to keep chopping wood. We have a whole 10 minutes and 27 seconds left in the second quarter.
And it's still early, right? And as you know, we're kind of, from where we stand, we're kind of watching the Lanier sideline, and you see, right, some of the guys seem like they're hanging their head. But it's still early, right?
But early, it's early, but it's again, I'm gazing at their sideline, and I don't want to say they're happy to be here. They're just fulfilling their obligatory duty today.
Yeah.
They don't seem riled up. Like if I take what they looked like at warm-ups versus now, there's no energy over there. I don't even know if their band is here today.
No, I don't think the
we
band
have our
is here.
middle school band. We know today's a big band day, so they're without a band. They have a few fans here. We have a few fans here.
But it's senior night, though. It's our senior day, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of reason to be excited.
They may
right?
not have a lot of seniors on their team. They
That's
have
true.
about 40 guys on the roster.
Oh, that's
so even if they had
devastating.
50% of that, they still don't have a lot of fans here for that. And again, they're 3-5. So I don't know if there's energy behind the situation or not. But here we are on the kickoff. Linus Forrest puts it in play. He says, "You're going to return one today."
Hey, there we go.
And here we go. Let's see if we can do what we got to do. Stay in our lanes. Wrapped up, tackled up. Down at the 25 goes Mr. Marquise Dixon. So, again, to your theory, right?
Right.
Coaches are worried if they can get to the 25. He got back to the 25. So those other 3 returns, what happened?
You guys started at the 25.
I don't know if Lanier's a sleeping giant, and they're going to wake up in the second half and start doing some things. But right now, it's just like, give us something.
True. And for what it's worth, right? It's senior day. If I'm a Lanier senior, this is my last time ever playing in this stadium.
Is
right?
it?
Oh,
I mean,
that's true. That's true.
I think
It's
they play at
Addition
Complex
Stadium,
next week. You're right.
So, but it's my senior day, right? So, to our pregame conversation, right? You kind of got to let it all hang out.
Hand off to Dixon. He is wrapped up by a gang of mules for a gain of 1.
Swarm and compete, right? And we're really seeing that from our defense today, right? Every time there's 3, maybe 4 mules on the ball, right? So
you know what's crazy is the weather, right? It's about to change for us. So I wouldn't say it's hot today, but I can see people getting fatigued or tired because it's warm.
Especially considering how it started, right? The day started all nice and not nice.
Okay, quarterback Chacon on the keeper. If he had any wiggle, he would have bounced that outside and we'd have been in trouble because everyone was committed to the ball.
Correct.
But luckily our defense held strong. It's these little things I'm looking at now projecting the playoffs. If that was Colin Ernst running the ball, what would have happened in that play? So sometimes you don't know it till you face it, but it's just thinking ahead. Like, are we that good on the run stop on our defense?
Correct. And I mean, those are very important questions to answer, right? Especially given Alamo Heights has generally been the class of this district, right? So it leads you to wonder, right? How good is this Mules team, right? So
Lanier with the rollout. Quarterback throws the ball, Chacon, and it's caught.
Mark,
but out of bounds. That was a great effort by Marquise Dixon. That was a player trying to make a play. His quarterback gave an opportunity. He just didn't get the foot down. Now it's 4th down and 7. You're at your 29-yard line, 27-yard line, and punt team again. And just watching the body language, they're not hustling off the sideline.
But to our previous conversation about wondering how good this Mules team is, right? We will find that out soon enough. But, you know, I will tell you this. Concerted effort to play clean assignment football, which is what we're really seeing today, right? Barring the 1 or 2 mistakes, definitely bodes well, as we almost had a block punt.
Trip Johnson trying to get redemption. He's on the left side of the field with a
challenge
wall.
Special teams.
And he is tackled down at the 39-yard line. That was a gutsy fielding of the punt there, because that was another wobbler that wasn't high, it wasn't low, it was like right in the middle. And the sun is in his eyes, so he took a chance on that one, and I'm glad he was able to redeem himself.
I wonder if number 44, right, big number 44, got a hand on it, because he was real close. Yes,
he was from my angle, it just seemed like, again, we're not dealing with an elite punter. It just was a wobbler, and it was consistent with the last punt, although he blocked the punt before. Here we go. We have Colin Ernst flanked to his left by Michael Terry, to his right by DK Garza. We have twins to the right. Colin Ernst keeps it up the middle, parts like the Red Sea or the Blue Sea. And Colin Ernst has more touchdowns today than Lanier has in the last 2 weeks. So he has his 3rd touchdown today. Alamo Heights Mules 26, Lanier 0. Go ahead, Brian.
Too easy. Too easy. I mean, the offense have showed up today. Offense showed up. We've seen these guys play assignment football all day long. Defense has showed up. I mean, we see you challenge special teams, right, to make up one. They owed us one and they showed up. Got us to Lanier's 40-yard line.
So once again, we missed the extra point. So it stands 26-0 Alamo Heights. That's been Lanier's best defense today, is our extra point squad, because that's 2 misses. Again, points are crucial in the playoffs. You can't have the mishaps. I'm sure Coach Ron Ritterman is on it. He's working on it. I know for a fact he's preached and talked about it. So when we make these comments, it's not about coaching. It is all about we need to execute.
Execution. That's exactly right. Execution. So, LaRon, my question to you, if you are Lanier's offensive coordinator, what do you tell your team? We're down 26-0, 8 minutes, 29 seconds left. What play can you draw up that could, at the very least, get some points?
Well, you know how, like, and sometimes your words aren't good enough, your actions speak louder. I need him to dial up some plays like a reverse. I need him to dial a halfback pass. Don't tell me, show me. Oftentimes, coaches talk too much, and they don't show you that love. You go to practice, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and you get to a game, you don't do none of it. And it's like, so why would I believe you now?
It's true.
So you give that match, hey, look, guys, we just got to go out there and let loose, and we're going to call some backyard football plays real quick. I'm going to draw this up in the dirt. And at the end of the day, it's, you know, either you preach, we got to get better. You hope this is a young team and not a senior-laden team where the seniors are like, all right, we already checked out. So here we go. So, Alamo Heights here on the kickoff. Again, we're here at Alamo Stadium, nice cool breeze. This is the A8 Sports Media production for your Alamo Heights Sports football.
I mean, LaRon, I think you got a point.
Here we go with the kickoff.
At a certain point, oh, yeah, we're making them return it.
Got to get that work in. Mr. Dixon, he's quick but not slippery. And the ball is returned to the Lanier
to your point, I think at a certain point you just pull out the old dry erase board, right? Get out the old expo mark and be like, all right, guys, this is what we doing. Like, forget everything you thought you knew before today.
Just for today.
Yeah, correct.
I mean, I would like to see them have a nice drive. Not that I want us to give up a touch on our drive, but for their sake, maybe a drive or so. Here we go. They're lined up in their regular spread set. They've got two receivers at the bottom, Twins. Quarterback keeper, Chacon.
Like about 5 yards gained on the play. Yep.
Gain of 5 on that carry for Chacon. You know, one thing with Chacon, he's not a natural runner.
No.
He's more of a power runner, to be honest. So that's why he can't get too wide. He has to get in between the tackles. But they've got to get their explosive guys the ball to make a play. Mr. Dixon is back in the backfield next to Chacon. So this is one of those situations. Is Lloyd in the game? Is it Javian? Is that him at the bottom? No, he's not. Chacon is on the keeper, 2-yard gain. It is 3rd down.
Now, I will say this. This is something that surprised me. We haven't seen today too much of Lloyd and Dixon in the game at the same time, right? So when you're not putting your 2 leading rushers in the game, you're making it easy for the defense to just zone in on one particular guy.
You're not explosive, right? Like, and again, that's where you have maybe Lloyd runs a halfback and Dixon gets a reverse toss from that, or jet sweep. You got to get your playmakers in playing situations. Here we go. It's 3rd down and 5. Dixon with the keeper. Dixon wrapped up after a gain of 1 yard.
1 yard. 1 yard gain.
So we'll have 4th down and 5 from the Lanier 32-yard line. Oh, no gain.
No gain. Oh.
Even Mr. Dixon, he's quick, but he's not. No, he's fast, but he's not quick. So, and he's not going to outrun the whole defense of Alamo Heights. So you got to put him on the move and on the run. Punter's out again. Trip Johnson's back again. I'm not a lip reader or a body language expert.
Can't have that. Absolutely.
Kick
terrible.
it, son. You can't dance, man. Man, Lauren Christian looks like a giant out there. He just hit the man with one hand and like, sit down, son. He sunned him.
Oh, man.
Yeah, like this went from bad to horrific.
Correct.
To the point where I was going to make, I don't even think Mr. Lloyd's a happy camper. I literally just watched him walk off the field in disgust.
Yeah.
And he's not a happy camper. Because it's tough. If you know you're that guy, you're leading the team in rushing, show me the love.
Correct.
Show me the love.
Correct. And, I mean, for any team, right, what we're seeing is Lanier's being dominated on all 3 sides, 3 phases of the ball.
Get ready to experience the thrill of Alamo Heights sports like you've never seen it before.
Right.
They're even leading in mistakes. Yeah. Like, we were keeping up with them, but they just made another one.
Correct. Special teams, absolutely horrific. Offense, I mean, have made it past the 50-yard line once, right? And that was, I think that was on a mishap on Alamo Heights' end. And then on defense, right? And here we go. We got Michael Terry. That could have been bad.
Should have been bad.
That should have been bad.
Again, mechanics matter. You can't just throw it because he's open. You can't throw it because he's running a route. You gotta do the footwork with arm work and put some touch on that. And that's something we're going to need in the playoffs because that's, right now, I don't know too many DBs that can just handle Michael Terry on the perimeter.
No. Guys,
although last night I was watching the Veterans Memorial Kerrville-Tivy game, and their corners from Betts love to play bump and run. They're up in your grill. They're barbecuing.
Okay.
So that's something to watch out for. That could be a 4th place team we play.
That could.
Maybe it won't be.
100% definitely could be.
Here we go again. We have 2 backs in the backfield. Colin Ernst with the handoff to Michael Terry. He gets around the corner. He gets an escort
to the house
into the end zone, and that is a Alamo Heights touchdown.
Holy smokes.
Michael Terry the third with the touchdown. Colin Ernst with another handoff that leads to the touchdown. It is Alamo Heights 32, Lanier Vokes 0. We have 5 minutes and 46 seconds remaining in the first half. This is an Alamo Heights football game produced by AH Sports Media under the direction of John Munoz. Today's cruise is light today because we're at Alamo Heights, but they are effective. We have Taj Young on the high 50. Isabella, she's out roaming around. We have Fry out roaming around. Mr. Monette, myself. Oliver on the scoreboard. It's officially 33-0. We're vibing. We're rocking. Again, you too can participate. Don't leave us. Please don't leave us. We are going to be here for all 4 quarters. We need you to stick around to vote for the player of the game. If you don't know by now, all you need to know is subscribe to the AH Sports Media YouTube channel. Go into the live comment section. Vote for the player of the game that opens up at the 4th quarter. You want to do that, folks. We need to pick a player of the game. It's hard for us to choose. We're too close to the vest, so we need your best judgment. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, sorry, my bad. Yeah. We just did the voting thing. No, you're good. I don't know. It's not a timeout right now. They got their hands up. Yeah. Yes, sir. All right. Alamo Heights here to set to kick off again. This is another opportunity to work on a different type of kick. If it's a squib kick, if it's a whatever, we have a different kicker in right now, looks like, and so we'll get a different kind of kick. All right, this is, well, it should have been returnable. It is being returned. Stutter step, getting wider, trying to get up the middle. Tackle, they're going to give forward progress at the
15?
Yeah, 14.
14, 15
14-yard line.
14-yard line.
14-yard line.
All right, Lanier.
So this, again, not to go back to the courtroom, Steve Harvey, but I want to let you know that your theory is dead wrong because they returned 2 kicks, got to the 14, which, again, not wrong, right? Maybe you were right. That's why they didn't want to return because they knew they were only going to get to the 14. Yeah. Well, but they're not even in position to return the kick.
Well, I will tell you this. On that last return, it was almost like Dixon didn't even want the ball. Like,
that's what this looked like.
Yeah, he looked like, it was like, nah, I'm going to let you do it. I'm good.
Here we go. And it's a direct snap. He's chugging along. He picked up
5 yards?
No, 2 yards.
2 yards.
2 yards. See, that thing is deceiving. Mm-hmm. It looks like 5 yards, but really it's 2 because we get there quick, fast, in a hurry. Mm-hmm. He ran from 7 yards back.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
And then it's like he gets to 2 yards. So you're right technically, but not officially. So it's 2nd down and 7. That was a 3-yard gain. 5 minutes remaining in the 2nd quarter.
We see
empty backfield set. Sprint right half roll, looking to throw. Oh, nice play on the defense.
Looks like the target was, oh, and they must have heard us. They must have heard us. We had Dixon and Lloyd. They were in at the exact same time.
They were. Problem was Lloyd is a running back.
It's true.
Not a receiver.
Well, I noticed something about the receivers on Lanier, right? They make it obvious that they're not getting the ball, right? So when you're a receiver, you want to make sure you're running those routes with fidelity, whether you're getting the ball or whether you're not. And the only person who seems like they were really running, like they could potentially get the ball, was Lloyd.
Same thing, sprint right. Thrown, caught for a first down.
Big number 12.
Number 12 for Lanier with the reception. That's their first down since the 1st quarter in their first drive.
Hey, progress.
What's that song? Keep Hope Alive?
Keep hope alive. Progress. So,
you know, we're not trying to degrade or be funny here, but we got to entertain somehow because I was just thinking, man, they're moving the chains. They started at the 14. We're now at the 28-yard line. So we got some movement, but will it be enough?
And we want to, you want to highlight.
Yeah.
Something that Lanier can build off of.
Direct
right?
snap. Dixon trying to run the ladder. He's getting free. He's getting easy. He's breezy. He is down at the 48-yard line, so that was another large gainer.
By Dixon, great run for the young man. And, I mean, this is what you want. If you're Lanier, you want to keep getting the ball in the hand of your playmakers. Allow those guys, find ways, creative ways where those guys can make plays. Right? It's 33-0. We said it earlier. You got to let it all hang out.
Well, at this point, run the ball and running it effectively lets the clock drain.
Correct.
Here we go. Chacon in the spread, fakes the handoff, keeps it, gets up the field, and gains about a yard.
I will say that was a nice, deceptive play call by the Lanier offensive coordinator. Looks like they had 3 stacked receivers on the left hash of the field. I'm almost surprised that wasn't like maybe a screen pass to that corner of the field, but maybe they didn't think that it would be any type of beneficial for the offense and chose to call just a nice little inside zone misdirection.
Here we go. Lanier lined up in the spread. Oh, we have a timeout for Lanier. They saw something, or they wanted to prevent something. I think this is the first time I've ever seen the whole coaching staff make it onto the field for the timeout. They, I guess, want to conserve energy for their players, so they met them out there. It is 2nd down and 8. We have 2 minutes and 37 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Alamo Heights 33, Lanier 0. They're moving the ball down the field. We're here at the luxurious, classic Alamo Stadium, also affectionately known as the Rock Pile.
The Rock Pile.
With 360 views of all of San Antonio on a breezy, easy Saturday afternoon. We're glad you're here with us watching this production by AH Sports Media. I'm your host, LaRon Fields. I'm joined by Brian Monette. We are here just chopping it up, giving you what we see and what you see, because we are on AH Sports Media. If you'd like to participate and vote for Player of the Game, this is your opportunity to subscribe to AH Sports Media, go to the live comments, and vote for who you think the Player of the Game should be. At the beginning of the fourth quarter, that will open. We are set to play for action here in the second quarter with 2:37 to go. Quarterback drops back. Chacon drops back. He's pointing. He's moving. He's escaping. He launches. Catch by Mr. Dixon. Use the referee as a pick. And he gets a good gain of 9 yards.
9 yards, man. So they did that same funky 3-stack receiver formation that they did 2 plays ago on the right side of the field.
Yeah.
The first time they decided they were going to run a zone, like an inside zone out of it. This time they decided they wanted to pass. I will give Lanier one thing. This is what I want to see if you're going to try to, make any type of headway in this game. Open that playbook up.
Open it. Yes, sir.
Open it up.
Clear out routes, safe throws, good handoff, quarterback keeper, and he gets the first down. Their fourth down of the game, first down of the game. If anything, to your point, as you alluded, this is a confidence-boosting drive, per se, for Lanier, because you started at the 14. Now you're in Alamo Heights territory. If you can just maintain, don't let this clock run on you. I wouldn't say it's a victory for you, but you can't have a mistake here, because that will then really collapse your whole situation.
Correct. And, if you're the coach, you don't want to lose your locker room, right? So at this, you got to get some points out of this. You got 1 minute and 23 seconds. The clock is ticking. It's time to air it out. Find ways to get, Dixon and Lloyd, and if it's like 40 seconds left in the game. That's way too much time. Way too much time. So I think you got to find a way to strike a balance, right? You don't want to give Alamo Heights the ball back with any time left in this quarter, especially seeing the fact that they get the ball back at the start of the second half, right? But you got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone, right? You've had a couple plays, a couple times where you threw downfield this drive and it worked out for you. Dial it up. Dial it up again.
This is where you need one of those trick plays that we talked about. But I don't know if they have the strength to get it 39 yards. They may have to get a little bit closer, right? If they get to the 20, all bets are off. Anything's in play. You got to get to the 20, though. And it is 2nd down and 10 with 1:08 to go and a minute 6 to go. And we have a drop back. We're coming out with a blitz with pressure. And you know who it is. You know what time it is. Lauren Christensen said, not today.
Christian.
Not on my watch.
The big body.
Yeah, he came with that Escalade. Candy paint and everything.
Disrupting the play.
And that's what I mean. Like, yes, you got to where you got, but you know they're going to strike. You can't just straight drop back, but you can't just sprint for sprinting. It has to be a run-pass option. Unfortunately, Chacon is not that kind of quarterback that can get you that kind of action. So now we're totally out of everything. And it's 3rd down and 23. They'll probably just let this clock run out and go into halftime and call it even.
You know what's funny, though?
But I'm wrong. Drop back pass. He wants a Hail Mary. Out of bounds.
On that previous play where Lauren Christensen got the sack, Dixon was open on a cross route.
But that's fine. He should have been open.
Right,
but when you can't expect your quarterback to launch a nice pass with pressure in his face.
That's true.
That's why he's open.
That is true. But I do believe that he had enough time.
Nah, he
I
didn't
don't
have
think
time.
Chacon noticed it. I think he got a little unsettled. But if he would have just sat there,
yes, sir.
He had Dixon right over there across the middle. He was clearly open, facing him and everything.
I hear you. I hear you, but the problem is when you're under pressure, your eyes drop to the pressure. So you don't see him. We see him because we got 360 views. We can see both actions. He's like, big dude coming after me, throw ball, evade. The problem, again, is you're asking the quarterback to do something that's not his strong suit.
Correct.
He's not a passer.
Correct. He's not a passer.
So
and he's not a very big guy. He's not a very big guy. Lauren Christensen, in his face, that's even for me. You know, I'm 5'10". If Lauren Christensen running at me full speed, right, it's going to get my attention really quickly.
Definitely. So the question is, what are we doing here on 4th down and 14?
You got 9
for
seconds
Lanier.
left. Obviously, you're going for it.
Yeah, but what play can you call? Uh-oh. There's the play.
Yeah.
1st down. Better get in the end zone. That play needed to be the last play. They got better. They moved the ball to the 15. They went a whole 90 yards. That was a 91-yard drive for them. It just ended in a halftime.
True. That is true.
Well, that wraps up the first half with Alamo Heights leading 33, Lanier Vogt 0. We've seen explosive plays. We've seen some not-so-good plays. But you've watched it all here on Alamo Heights Sports Media. This production is brought to you by Alamo Heights Sports Media. We are going to throw it to the band. We're going to watch the Alamo Heights Junior Band. If you don't know, today's a huge band day, so we have our junior school performing here today. I don't know if they're coming out the stands, but we will kick and give you coverage. Hi, welcome to AH Sports Media, the players interview. This time we have the offensive side of the ball. The Alamo Heights Mills offense is high octane. I'm your host, LaRhon Fields. I'm joined by Michael Terry III, Colin Ernst, Trip Johnson, and Jackson Hildebrand. Let's start with Trip Johnson. Trip, you've been doing a great job in special teams and you've had some offensive opportunities. Tell us, what's your experience been like on this Alamo Heights football team?
My experience has been great. I absolutely love it. I'd say football is definitely one of my favorite things that I do.
Awesome. So you're having fun in football. Michael Terry, you're the next man up. I dub you as MT3 and I call you the grown man special. Sure. Take us through this year. You're just a junior. I forget because you do look like a grown man sometimes. Sometimes when I ask you for your ID. But take us through this season. How are you feeling about your production?
My production's been really good. I mean, the team's just doing great overall, and you know, the line, they're just doing their thing, and everybody's just coming together. Defense as well.
Awesome. Is there anything that you're saving in the tank for us, or you just taking it game by game?
I mean, I'm just taking it game by game, really, and just, you know, playoffs, we're gonna have to step it up and just get even better.
Awesome. Colin Ernst, you're the quarterback. You're the brains of the operation and the eyes. Sure. Tell us, what are you seeing? How are you feeling? As a leader, how would you assess the team's performance overall today?
You know, I'd say we've come together really well since week one. You know, Seguin, we had a bit of a rocky start, but just the way that this team is shaped up, I feel like they've taken me in as a leader, and I'm excited to lead them every year, or every day. Every day?
Cool. What did you say your strongest leadership quality is as a leader?
I just feel like I'm a very vocal, you know, in practice. If we're slow tempo, you know, I feel like I try to pick them up as much as I can.
Gotcha. Jackson, you are the heart and soul of the offensive line. Tell us, how do you get your guys, the trench warriors, how do you get you guys ready for battle every week?
Oh, yeah. You know, like Colin said, just to be vocal, because that's one of the most important things on the offensive line. If you're not vocal, then you're not going to get much stuff done. So.
Gotcha. So this year you had a lot of patchwork on the O-line. What has been your leadership quality to help that line solidify?
Oh, yeah. You know, just being vocal, I mean, like almost exactly like Colin said, when everything's down the dumps at practice, we're not really high. I mean, we're not really high in energy. You know, me and Colin, we try to get that energy up, you know.
Awesome. So, high octane, it's fun to watch you guys, to be honest, right? Like, you guys can score from anywhere on the field. Sometimes you get a short field, and sometimes you get a long field. Sometimes Trip sets you up really nicely. It's always exciting. Do you sit back and ask who I'm going to get the ball to next? I often hear Coach Branco calling plays. What's the one play you hear that lights you up?
You know, I feel like all of our plays are score plays, honestly. That's what we say, you know. And I feel like anyone on this team can score the ball. That's what's really great about our offense, is that we have so much diversity. You know, we have Robert, we have me, we have Mike. Patrick comes over from defense sometimes and scores in one play. It's just, we have so many weapons.
Awesome. You heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. The Alamo Heights Mules, high-octane offense. That's this edition of the Players Interview, Offensive Style. Tune in for the next time that we see you, and lock in on the games on AH Sports Media.
Get ready to experience the thrill of Alamo Heights sports like you've never seen it before.
AH Sports Media is your ticket to live action sports.
Catch all the live coverage of Alamo Heights sports events.
And exclusive insight from dedicated coaches and athletes.
Don't miss out. Be sure to tune in to AH Sports Media to be part of the action.
Welcome. This is AH Sports Media Production, The Players Interview. We're starting with the defensive side of the ball first. I'm your host, LaRhon Fields. I'm joined by Max Bacon, Lauren Christensen, and Ryan Stetson. Lauren, as a defensive end, you have to be a menace on the line and get to the quarterback. How would you assess your performance so far this year?
I love getting to the quarterback. I like to use a swim move, and I can help my DBs and help the other 10 guys on the field anytime I can get into his face.
Awesome. Ryan, you as a linebacker, you've got to fill the gaps, fill the holes, and also get into coverage. You just had your first touchdown of the season. How did that feel, and walk us to being a linebacker in the Mules defense?
I mean, getting that first touchdown felt great. I mean, anytime you get in the end zone, it feels awesome. I mean, it's all about just being physical in this defense. I mean, being physical wins games, and making tackles wins games. So, yeah.
Awesome. So, Max, you got the D-line and the linebackers, front end working with the back end. Tell us, from your purview, from your perch, what is it like being a DB, and when are you going to get a pick six?
Yes, sir. Being a DB, especially in this defense, we're very good at stopping the run. So as a DB, when we have our coverages and we have like a more passing defense like Hondo, we really have to just make sure that we like follow our keys and just really make sure that our coverage is correct, which we've been practicing a lot. And hopefully the next pick six, or the first pick six, will be soon.
Awesome.
Hopefully next game.
Those are the defensive players for the Mules defense. Again, Max Bacon, he's sizzling on that back end. Lauren Christian, he's a menace on that D-line. And Ryan Stetson, he's the man who's making plays all over the field in coverage and in the run. That's this episode of the Players Interview, Alamo Heights Sports Media. You are watching Alamo Heights Sports Media. Currently, we have no bands playing because they're both at competition. You're getting a nice flat view of Alamo Stadium Field, but we are going to play our player interviews from this week where we talk to the players from the Alamo Heights football team. Take a look. Hi, welcome to AH Sports Media, the players interview. This time, we have the offensive side of the ball. The Alamo Heights Mules offense is high octane. I'm your host, LaRhon Fields. I'm joined by Michael Terry III, Colin Ernst, Trip Johnson, and Jackson Hildebrand. Let's start with Trip Johnson. Trip, you've been doing a great job in special teams, and you've had some offensive opportunities. Tell us, what's your experience been like on this Alamo Heights football team?
My experience has been great. I absolutely love it. I'd say football is definitely one of my favorite things that I do.
Awesome. So you're having fun in football. Michael Terry, you're the next man up. I dub you as MT3, and I call you the grown man special. Take us through this year. You're just a junior, I forget, because you do look like a grown man sometimes. Sometimes when I ask you for your ID. But take us through this season. How are you feeling about your production?
My production's been really good. I mean, the team's just doing great overall, and you know, the line, they're just doing their thing, and everybody's just coming together. Defense as well.
Awesome. Is there anything that you're saving in the tank for us, or you just taking it game by game?
I mean, I'm just taking it game by game, really, and just, you know, playoffs, we're gonna have to step it up, just get even better.
Awesome. Colin Ernst, you're the quarterback. You're the brains of the operation and the eyes. Sure. Tell us, what are you seeing? How are you feeling? As a leader, how would you assess the team's performance overall today?
You know, I'd say we've come together really well since week one. You know, Seguin, we had a bit of a rocky start, but just the way that this team is shaped up, I feel like they've taken me in as a leader, and I'm excited to lead them every year, or every day.
Every day? Cool. What did you say your strongest leadership quality is as a leader?
I just feel like I'm a very vocal, you know, in practice. If we're slow tempo, you know, I feel like I try to pick them up as much as I can.
Gotcha. Jackson, you are the heart and soul of the offensive line. Tell us, how do you get your guys, the trench warriors, how do you get you guys ready for battle every week?
Oh, yeah. You know, like Colin said, just to be vocal. That's one of the most important things on the offensive line. If you're not vocal, then you're not going to get much stuff done. So.
Gotcha. So this year you had a lot of patchwork on the O-line. What has been your leadership quality to help that line solidify?
Oh, yeah. You know, just being vocal. I mean, like almost exactly like Colin said, when everything's down the dumps at practice, we're not really high. I mean, we're not really high in energy. You know, me and Colin, we try to get that energy up, you know.
Awesome. So, high octane, it's fun to watch you guys, to be honest, right? Like, you guys can score from anywhere on the field. Sometimes you get a short field, and sometimes you get a long field. Sometimes Trip sets you up really nicely. It's always exciting. Do you sit back and ask who I'm going to get the ball to next? I often hear Coach Branco calling plays. What's the one play you hear that lights you up?
You know, I feel like all of our plays are score plays, honestly. That's what we say, you know. And I feel like anyone on this team can score the ball. That's what's really great about our offense, is that we have so much diversity. You know, we have Robert, we have me, we have Mike. Patrick comes over from defense sometimes and scores in one play. It's just, we have so many weapons.
Awesome. You heard it here, ladies and gentlemen. The Alamo Heights Mules, high-octane offense. That's this edition of the Players Interview, offensive style. Tune in for the next time that we see you, and lock in on the games on AH Sports Media.
Get ready to experience the thrill of Alamo Heights sports like you've never seen it before.
AH Sports Media is your ticket to live action sports. Catch all the live coverage of Alamo Heights sports events.
and exclusive insight from dedicated coaches and athletes.
Don't miss out. Be sure to tune in to AH Sports Media to be part of the action.
Welcome. This is AH Sports Media Production, The Players Interview. We're starting with the defensive side of the ball first. I'm your host, LaRhon Fields. I'm joined by Max Bacon, Lauren Christensen, and Ryan Stetson. Lauren, as a defensive end, you have to be a menace on the line and get to the quarterback. How would you assess your performance so far this year?
I love getting to the quarterback. I like to use a swim move, and I can help my DBs and help the other 10 guys on the field anytime I can get into his face.
Awesome. Ryan, you as a linebacker, you've got to fill the gaps, fill the holes, and also get into coverage. You just had your first touchdown of the season. How did that feel, and walk us to being a linebacker in the Mules defense?
I mean, getting that first touchdown felt great. I mean, anytime you get in the end zone, it feels awesome. I mean, it's all about just being physical in this defense. I mean, being physical wins games, and making tackles wins games. So, yeah.
Awesome. So, Max, you got the D-line and the linebackers, front end working with the back end. Tell us, from your purview, from your perch, what is it like being a DB, and when are you going to get a pick six?
Yes, sir. Being a DB, especially in this defense, we're very good at stopping the run. So, as a DB, when we have our coverages and we have like a more passing defense like Hondo, we really have to just make sure that we like follow our keys and just really make sure that our coverage is correct, which we've been practicing a lot. And hopefully the next pick six, or the first pick six, will be soon.
Awesome.
Hopefully next game.
Those are the defensive players for the Mules defense. Again, Max Bacon, he's sizzling on that back end. Lauren Christian, he's a menace on that D-line. And Ryan Stetson, he's the man who's making plays all over the field in coverage and in the run. That's this episode of the Players Interview, Alamo Heights Sports Media.
That she wrote, speech to the young, speech to the progress toward. Say to them,
Welcome back from the halftime break. We hope you guys enjoyed yourselves. Right now, we have the Alamo Heights Mules leading the way 33-0. Minute 49 left until the kickoff for the second half. Brian, what do you assess the first half as?
I mean, there's no other way to put it other than total domination by the Mules. I mean, we said it earlier, they dominated on all three phases of the game, right? They were able to score at will. Every time we touched the ball ended up in the end zone. They pitched a shutout. There was a little bit of I guess if you want to, you can call it a scare, right, at the end of the first half, but the Alamo Heights Mules defense stood tall. Special teams, I mean, there's a couple little things we need to clean up, but we had a game, right? So, I mean, total domination by the Mules.
You're nicer than I am. I don't say it's total domination because you can't dominate when you make mistakes.
That's true.
I do like again, Lauren Christensen's efforts today have been amazing. Blocked a punt, sacked quarterback twice. Our secondaries picked off the ball, batted balls. That last drive you're referring to, I wasn't threatened because they weren't in a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
Like Lanier was just like, let's keep this going. We feel good, but they didn't try to score. So, again, Lauren Christian had the big play to set him back 10 yards. It was 4th and 24. They converted a first down. Got it. But coming to the second half, Alamo Heights gets the ball.
Yep.
Just watching from our perch here at Alamo Stadium, such a great view, 360 view of all of San Antonio, downtown area. I saw the coaches huddling up the players, probably to remind them, we're still here to handle business.
Yep.
I need you to get it together. So I look for them coming out in this next half on fire. And I expect the bench to get emptied by the fourth quarter and going from there. I expect the clock to be running. We are on pace as usual. As you can hear, folks, the wind is very brisk here at Alamo Stadium. But I expect them to come out very crisp, very energetic. It's about that time, right? The body alarm clock is up. This is our first Saturday game all year. So we'll see if we see what we should see. Alamo Heights is on pace, as I was alluding to. At 33 points, we're normally 35-0 at halftime. So we're right where we're normally to be, so there's nothing to panic about, except for the few areas of we missed a touchdown to Michael Terry. We missed 2 touchdowns to Michael Terry. He dropped one, and one was thrown erroneously. So it could be 47-0. We have the 2 missed extra points. So just little things like that. Defense has been the calling card today. Lanier's only made it across the 51 times.
I mean, LaRhon, you make a valid point. You know, we talked about earlier, you know, for the team, it's, you know, for the team, you don't want to be looking past your current opponent. As fans, we can do what we want, right? We're free to look ahead, but as we do peek ahead and we're staring down playoffs, those are some of those small mistakes that you can get away with playing against your district teams, especially the ones who haven't really been that competitive. But you're going to have a hard time getting away with those penalties against the Kerrville Tigers, against the Veterans, against the Liberty Hills, so forth and so on. So those are some mistakes you want to clear up.
Well, again, here come the Mules as they run through the run-through tent, dome, whatever you want to call it. They approach their sideline. Yes, like you said, we got to play to the standard.
Correct.
And what's crazy scary is this team, we know it's not last year's team, who were entrenched in the standard, to this team learning the standard. It's you can see the difference, right?
I mean, it's a young team.
It's a young team, so understanding that you got to put teams away in a fashion, it takes a certain effort. It takes a certain commitment. It takes a certain discipline to do so. We're getting away with it, yes, because we're that much better than the opponent, but we got to flex harder.
That's true. That is true. So we'll see if this Heights team can put it away as the Lanier folks make their way to the field and kind of get settled. The reality is, right, when we're talking about these postseason runs, depth of personnel is super important. So one of the good things about, you know, building such a lead this early on is you get to give us some of those younger guys, some of those 2s and 3s, some opportunity to get in, because, I mean, it very much is next man up when we're talking about football, right?
Well, you always want to measure yourself against your opponent, and again, none of these players or coaches wanted this situation, but you got to figure it out. You got to figure it out that, hey, when you go into film, correct the corrections, because I know the coaches are coaching them up. I know they're telling them. We chat with them from time to time, and you hear it, the coach speak. If you're a teacher and a coach, then you already know what the life is. It's like you do it in the classroom. Hey, kids ask you for extra credit, or how can they make up an assignment? Like, let's just do the work the first time.
Do the work. Do the work that you've been received.
Do the work
right?
that we've assigned to you in a manner which has been assigned. But here we go. We're set to go for the second half. The Lanier Volks are set to kick off to open the third quarter. Deep back to receive for the Mules. It looks like Park Zunker and Trip Johnson. This will be the first kickoff for Lanier, so we don't know how far it's going to go. And they go for a squib kick.
And it doesn't work well.
Onside kick that looked like a squib kick sideways. It went 5 yards and hooked back a yard. So,
I mean, if you are a Lanier Volks fan, you like the aggressiveness.
No, you don't. don't tell stories on this. This is not a daytime drama. This is Alamo Sports Media presenting Alamo football. What you want to see is your man kick the ball like a football player.
Oh, correct.
And take your chances.
You know, I believe my coach said the words, be an athlete, son. So you want to see him be an athlete.
Let me ask you this. Had he kicked it, he ran for a touchdown. You live with it. You literally kick the ball out of bounds sideways. They start at the 38 yard line. Like, which ones work? I can't even go on.
Yeah, devastating for the Volks. Devastating. Giving Alamo Heights the ball at your own 38 yard line, a 38 yard line. Not a good way to start the half.
Colin Ernst is back, ready for the snap, drops back to pass, throws it out in the flat, and I tell you, there's something about passes, man. A passer makes a receiver.
Oh, man.
That one was It still should have been caught. No lie.
It was a little bit behind him. It looked like, at least from my perspective, it looked like it was a little bit behind him.
It still should have been caught, but it's just the way. Sometimes you played sports before. You get a ball that doesn't have that pop to it, and you think you have it, and you turn your eyes for 1 second, and then it falls. You're like, how did I drop that? It just didn't have that snap to it.
Hey, I hear you. I definitely hear you.
Here we go. Let's try it again on 2nd down and 10. Kyler Murray's back in the backfield, still set to pass. Throws it in little tunnel screen where he gets oh, my goodness. Michael Terry will not be denied. He only sees the end zone.
Man.
This is how great of a situation that was. The left tackle, Jackson Hildebrand, tried to tackle him. Lanier tried to tackle him. He spun. He got to the end zone.
Jackson was like, man, what are you doing?
Yeah, the tunnel screen came his direction, and they collided into each other. If it wasn't for that, he would have been untouched. But 6 points early, 6 points often. It is 39 Alamo Heights.
I'm going to give a shout-out to my man Jackson Hildebrand. He, you know, as a lineman, linemen hate being ran over.
Yes.
Right?
He was in pancake mode.
He absorbed it and kept it moving.
Here we go with the extra point. Up and good. It is adding that point. A 40 burger. Extra pickles, onions, tomatoes, and special sauce. 40-0. Alamo Heights up. 11 minutes and 41 seconds to go in the third quarter. I don't know if we should have brought the junior high team today because the way that play, like, again, here's what's crazy. We're not a perfect team.
No, not by any means.
We just have perfect situations at perfect times. And the first two plays, right, or the pass out the backfield wasn't crisp. We dropped it. It's like, oh. Then the next play, touchdown. It's like, I can't wait for playoffs. I'm ready for playoffs. I'm ready for some resistance. Not to skip over next week. I hope Sam Houston gives some resistance. I hope they're known as an athletic squad.
They are, and they hung 55 on Highlands.
Once again, it's Highlands. You know, one thing I love about you, Brian, is you're so optimistic.
Man, I try to be.
I'm trying to keep it 100 though. Like, who did hang 55 on Highlands? That's not the down Highlands, but it's like they're in a growing pain right now.
That's true.
They're learning how to compete, just like BRACKETREZ, right? Like some teams, it's just not their season.
True, but you still got to line up and play them.
But you got to do apples to apples.
That's true.
Did Sam Houston hang 55 on McCullum? No, they lost to McCullum. Did they hang 55 on Harlandale? No, they lost them. So when we compare apples to apples on games that we can use as measuring sticks, I get you. When you pick Highlands, Lanier, and Breckenridge as your barometer, that lets you know you may or may not be that squad.
That's true.
They hung 55 on Edison.
They did hang 55 on Edison.
But again, Edison, Highlands, and Brack, they hung 50 on them. Just those three.
Hey.
They didn't hang 50 on anybody else.
That's true, but you never know who Mama lighting candles, man. That 55 might. I'm not saying that they could necessarily challenge our beloved Mules. What I am saying is they will not go quietly into the night.
You must not know about Sam Houston. Like I know about Sam.
Admittedly, I am not from San Antonio.
Yeah, to your defense. But my experience is if you lay some wood, thump, thump, night goes the baby. Like, that's the way it normally works. And so what I would offer to you is if they could ever get over that, they have the athletes to do exactly what we're not watching today, and that's having just one athlete that we can identify eliminate. They have playmakers. Jaden Cervantes is a DB that went to receiver. If he ran the tunnel screen, I saw him on Thursday Night Lights, 74 yards, hurdle the dude, touchdown. They have those kind of abilities. However, here we go as we talk about the Volks get a good burst from the 20 to the 40. Good 20-yard gain, first down. Part of you has to believe that there's been some substitutions in and off the defense here. Joseph DePierre hops off the field.
Yeah, so, definitely looks like we still have Lauren Christensen in, but
yes,
definitely look like we're going to the bench a little bit. We're letting some of the younger guys get a little bit of play time.
As it should be, right? I mean, the game is technically in hand. Now it's just finish off strong. Chacon with the run. He bounces. He gets outside and is stopped for a 1-yard gain. Again, he's so shifty and wiggly. It looks like he's doing a whole lot. But he's just getting a yard at a time. 2-3 yards, 2-3 yards.
Well, it seems like he works best if he's going north and south, since he is more of a power runner. You know, it doesn't seem like the dancing and the shifting is necessarily in his wheelhouse. He'd be a little bit more effective, and I think you mentioned this earlier, if he just got down the field.
You almost need a guard or a fullback to plow through him first and then let him follow behind, have a lead block. Here we go, Lanier Volks on 2nd down and 9. Handoff, stretching out wide, and nowhere to go but behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 2.
3 mules swarming to the ball, man.
Max
you love
Bacon,
to see
he's
it.
sizzling.
Love to see it. Team first football.
You know, I was able to interview and meet Max Bacon this week, and he's a very business-like kind of guy in the sense of on the field he has one personality, and in person you would never know he played football. Like he's a, when I say mild-mannered, you know, he's a yes sir, no sir kind of guy, but he just doesn't strike you as someone who likes to hit people. And almost like an accountant, like, oh yeah, he's got his numbers all tidied up, but then when it's time for him to go in that uniform, only numbers he's accounting for is the tackles he's about to eat up.
He said he got a bit of Clark Kent Superman syndrome going on. You know, when I got my glasses on, I'm a bit more of a Clark Kent. I'm in the lab, I'm taking pictures, I'm writing papers. But if there's a damsel in distress,
he's on the rescue.
He on the rescue.
Right there, that last play, Chacon dropped back, felt pressure from Lauren Christensen, escaped the pressure, got upfield, dribbled the ball on the turf, picked the ball back up, did a crossover, and then got hammered down. And now it's a 4th and 7 for Lanier. 9 minutes and 2 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Ball's at the 43-yard line as the Volks look to punt away. Trip Johnson lined up at his 15. Hills on the 15. Sun in his eyes. Snap is up and over the punter's head, and here we go again. He's trying to punt it. It gets Superman crushed, block, body cross, but it gets away, and we let it bounce at the 20 down to the 19-yard line. That was a weird sequence of events. Snapped over the punter's head.
Definitely weird. And kudos to number 16, the kicker, or the punter. You know, football players, you know, we have thoughts about the kickers and the punters. But way to not give up and get the ball out. You got one job as the punter.
That's a helmet sticker worthy play.
100%.
It wasn't his fault the ball was snapped over his head.
Correct.
He recouped it, found a way to get the punt off, which was all in itself impressive.
And he did it. Mission accomplished. Kudos to that young man.
Now your Alamo Heights Mules start at the 19. They're 19 with 8 minutes and 33 seconds to go. 1st down. Kylan Ernst in the shotgun. Calls for the ball. We have a penalty on the play, either a false start. False start on number 77 of the Alamo Heights Mules. Sets us back 5 yards. We have a 1st and 15 from the 14 with 8 minutes and 31 seconds. You are watching this broadcast presented to you by Alamo Heights Sports Media. Ernst drops back, looks like he's trying to escape. Left, right, throws the ball deep, hits you on the corner street.
Ooh,
up
makes
and
the play.
And he evades the defender
Wow.
for a Alamo Heights Mules miraculous touchdown.
Mama, there goes that
Park
man.
Zunker, who fought for the ball. He's a baseball player, so he treated that like a center field hit. The DB and the receiver both going for the ball. They both go up. Parks rips it out and then spins out of the tackle and gets to the end zone for a touchdown. Again, just like that, 86 yards, and it's a 6-piece.
You know,
and I think that one's lemon pepper because that wasn't spicy, but it was just, savory.
We've said it on this show. We'll say it again, man. Players make plays. What a play made by Parks Zunker.
I know that Alamo Stadium is sponsored by Whataburger, but this is a Alamo Heights Mule. What a play.
What a play.
Sponsored by Alamo Heights Sports Media. And the extra point is up and good. It is 47. Alamo Heights, Lanier, Neal.
I will tell you what. Coach Boyd, if you're listening, the head baseball coach, you got to give that man a high five. Give Parks Zunker.
He probably did because Coach Boyd is down on the field.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so he probably did.
So he will be listening. So definitely be like, son, I expect to see that this spring.
He will be one of the leaders on the baseball team. He's one of the returning seniors on the team.
There we go.
They have expectations for Parks Zunker to hit the ball around the yard and run around the yard, If he could do it on that play, you know he can do it on the
100%,
diamond.
100%.
I think the Rangers could have used that in game one a little bit.
Oh, man. Goodness gracious.
So here we are. We sit
Rangers.
here with 8 minutes and 14 seconds. At this point, the clock should be running like water out of a faucet. We shall see. If you're still hanging in there with us, we appreciate you, because here at Alamo Heights Sports Media, this is a student-run production. The only adults you hear or see is myself, Mr. MONETTE, and Mr. MUNOZ, who leads this beautiful fabulous program. But we have students here today, Alamo Stadiums, who took time out of their Saturday to set up the cameras, operate the cameras, and move about the stadium to get everything that you need to see on this program. Because of that, we also want you to participate. If you want to vote for Player of the Game, which you have a plethora of options from Colin Ernst, Michael Terry, Park Zunker, Trip Johnson, Lauren Christensen, nominate them and then vote for them. To do so, go to Alamo Heights Sports Media, subscribe on the YouTube channel, go to the live comments, pluck in your vote, which opens at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Do that, and my friends, we will always be friends. Alamo Heights Sports Media is here for all of your heart-pounding action. That's what we do. Lining up for the kickoff for Alamo Heights, we have Oliver Duffin kicking off. See, I didn't know OD was a kicker. I got to talk about that in incubator. Like, here we go. Another job duty. Squibs it down the middle to the 30. Lanier falls on it. And we will start. Lanier will start from the 20, I want to say 26, 27-yard line.
Not 27.
I can't get over how beautiful the day it is down here.
Oh, yeah, man.
At Alamo Stadium, the rock pile. At first, we were kind of like, man, we're going to be outside in the elements, but it turned out to be a fabulous day. The zoo's rocking.
The
cool
zoo is
breeze.
absolutely rocking. The views are great. The weather is perfect. Not too hot, not too breezy, man. It's a lovely day for some high school football. It's a lovely day for some football.
Football, period. If you're watching at home, college football, I know there's probably some upsets or just upset fans. I know my stomach hurts from my squad.
Oh, yeah, man, I'm sick.
Here we go, handoff, direct snap to Dixon, and there's no room for him. It is a loss of 2 yards. I know Mr. Monette needed some Tums at halftime.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
His team getting beat down by Kansas State. I won't even mention his team, so I don't give it away, but I gave you a way you can find out who
well,
the team
you know,
is.
it's a bad college football season for me all around, man.
My football season, because
well,
your basketball team
football
is
season, college football season. Now, my high school team, my Heights, you know, we handling business.
Yes.
Mules up. But on the college side of things, man, it's a dim one.
Here we go. We have a jet sweep finally to the slowest guy on the team, number 88, for another loss of yardage. Or he actually gained a yard. It's still behind the 1st and 10 change. See, that's what I'm talking about. You want to run a jet sweep with your jets. That's why it's called jet sweep, not your 747 sweep.
Yeah.
Like, eh. Or if you do the 747 sweep, you got to have your jet on the return of that. Like,
Correct.
Give him the ball so that way they flow away, and then you give him a chance with a one-on-one, hit the corner, and up the crease. But I'm not here to judge.
Look,
I'm here to call the actions as I
well,
see it.
we talked about earlier about, you know, bringing out the, you know, expo markers or dry erase board, drawing something up. We ain't mean that though. We want to, and we got a pick.
And we got a pick. Do we have a 6?
Number 52.
It's a 6.
To the house.
That is Joseph DePerrier?
DePerrier, it is. It's Joseph DePerrier.
Joseph DePerrier. What a name. Like, Joseph DePerrier. That sounds fancy. Like, I know it's French, right? It's like, he got his Grey Poupon on right now.
Got his Grey Poupon.
So he got honey mustard 6
You know, I'm going to claim him as one of my Louisiana kin.
Ah,
he got my gumbo.
So that was a gumbo right there, huh? That was a jambalaya. Okay.
Right.
That was a dirty rice for the
Oh,
offense.
yeah, the dirty rice, man. The bon ton roulé.
Oh, bon ton roulé. That was a beignet because it was sweet.
With the honey, man.
But
Gotta
I'm
have the
gonna
honey.
say, you know, it's almost gumbo season. I know for some people it's gumbo season all the time, but when I cook it, it's only in December. So,
LaRon, I gotta tell you, tomorrow that weather dipping, you know, in the Monette household, the gumbo will be in full effect.
Well, you know, we are kinfolk and skinfolk, so if you got an extra bowl, you know,
Look,
my
it's a
spoon
big
is ready.
pot. It's a big pot. Got my old trusty, dusty, big witch's brew.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going
The
DOWN.
seasoned pot. Okay.
Oh yeah, the season.
Well, I was just telling my family the other day, it's about to be red beans and rice time.
There it
so
is. There it is. Just on time.
It is on time.
Got about 45 degrees on Monday. It's going to keep
next
dropping.
week, man.
Let's go.
I've had to dust out the long johns, the jacket.
bro.
I like cold weather, but I hate that first instance of cold weather because you haven't been hit with it. You haven't been shocked to the system. So for us, we're all going to get, bundled up.
Oh, yeah.
Halloween's supposed to be a trick treat and cold, so we'll see.
Mm-hmm. There it is, man.
I know for tonight it's not a very fun trick or treat for the Lanier Vokes, but
yeah,
they've been trying their best this game to learn about themselves and find things that work, and hopefully they take some away from today's game.
Well, one thing we love about football is that, it's a game of adversity, right? Football builds character. Sports in general build character. So I hope a lesson they take away from this game is at times in life, things will get hard, man. You're going to feel like you down 54-0. You don't give up. You keep playing. Keep playing, man. It's a long game. Well,
it's not a
long game. It's not a long game.
It's a long game in the sense of it's a long day when you're on the other side of a 50-piece.
100%. 100%.
And again, we asked for it, right? Defense, we need some turnovers. We
got it.
Defense has done its thing today. If I could vote for player of the game, it'd be the defense.
Oh,
THE defense.
100%. But definitely.
So now we have a Ryan Stetson linebacker touchdown. We have a DePerrier linebacker touchdown. When the DB's gonna get a touchdown? That's my challenge to Oliver Duffin, Max Bacon, and Sharp. I know they got interceptions, but they don't have returns.
Well, let's hope they hear you. Let's hope they hear you, and maybe we'll see.
Lanier's in a pickle, right?
Yeah.
Do they throw? Oh, you know what? We can't run the clock today. It's a televised game, so they have to play it true and through. Woo!
Hey.
If you're Lanier, this is like, why us today? Like we could have ran the clock and been at home.
Hey, I hear you. I hear you. You got to keep playing, man. Keep playing, right? If you're Alamo Heights, you're getting some much-needed play time for some of your guys deep on your bench. If you're Lanier, right?
Well, the thing is, they haven't gone to the bench yet. I'm looking at the secondary. That's everybody that normally plays.
Oh, that's so okay. So we haven't gone. So
I still see Lauren Christensen
Mm-hmm.
in. Here we go with the keeper. Chacon gets loose, gets a little jiggly. Okay, he's been the most effective runner right now. So he picked up a whole 9 yards on first down.
And he getting north.
This is where they get in trouble, though. They get a good gain on first down, and the second down they lose 3 yards or 4 yards. Then it's third down again, and the pressure's on. Do I pass? Do I run?
Let's see. It's second and one. I'm sorry.
Second and one. Yes, sir.
Hey, man, we keep it on the ground. Keep it on the ground.
Well,
but you got to get it.
You only have one play. That's what I'm saying. Last time they gave it to Dixon, he lost 3 yards. So either you're going to run the same play again, and they do. Quarterback getting the first down. Chacon with the first down. So as I alluded to earlier, this is where it also is a struggle bus. You get your first down of the drive, but then you got to go back to your other plays because you already burnt the two that work. And you're not a strike offense, so you're just a pound, 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 pound. And let's see what they come up with here. They're huddling up. They're not in a hurry. No need to be. Handoff, and again, I'm not Nostradamus, but this happens every single time. When the quarterback runs, they get 4 or 5 yards. And they hand it off, they lose. I don't know the difference for the linemen in this case for Lanier. When the quarterback runs, it seems like they're all committed to the block. When they hand it off, it seems like only 2 are committed to the block.
Yeah, it's definitely a strange one. Just like I'm seeing they have number 20 in, I'm really surprised that it appears that they've gone away from the 2 best dual rushers, which is Lloyd and Dixon. I'm not even certain if they're on the field right now.
They're not. Here we go. We're going to run all the way across and throw.
And we got a pick.
Who's the pick?
Number 52.
That's Joseph DePerrier.
Again.
Trying to get him a double 6-piece hot, and he does. Whoa.
Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. DePerrier with 2 interceptions returned, 4 touchdowns for the day. And ladies and gentlemen, just like that, it is now 60 0 with 4 minutes 27 seconds left in the game. In the words of Deion Sanders, play my theme music, ladies and gentlemen, and you hear it, the junior school playing the fight song. The kick is up and good. That would make it 61. Your Alamo Heights Mules, 0 Lanier.
So, about last night. I mean, there's not much we can add to this, right? Like, right now the defense has 2 scores.
They do.
Special teams is special.
Special teams is being special. Special teams is being special. Offense has literally scored every time.
What was the halftime score?
The halftime score, I believe, was 33-0. 33, 32.
We've just doubled it up in a quarter,
Yeah.
like just like that, and that's the effect, right? I hope we're intimidating our opponents going forward in playoffs. Like, man, this team can score, and I want to keep it up.
Well,
number 4 return.
I have zero problem saying that when Alamo Heights is playing to its capabilities, right? When they're playing the Alamo Heights way, they are one of the best teams in 5A, right? They are that good when they get out of their own way, right? When we make mistakes, right? When we silly assignment mistakes, messing up on the margins, then we look a little bit more human, right? But it's not just, us against our district. This is a good team, right? It is a good team, and the crazy thing is it is a young team. A lot of these guys, man, this is their first time playing varsity football, which, again, to quote Deion Sanders, you better get me now, right? Because if this is the team that's young, this is their first time playing varsity football, you don't know who's coming down the pipe, right?
True, that's what I'm saying. I mean, here we go, and this is what we do well. We allow them to score a touchdown. I'm assuming we're letting them score at this point. 7. Lanier gets on the board, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Dixon runs back for 65 yards, runs that touchdown for 65 yards, and they're on the board, so it won't be a shutout. I don't know that we were shooting for a shutout, but it's always good to get a shutout. That brought some joy and adulation to the Lanier fans.
Correct, and as it should, right? As it should, right? No one feels good with a shutout.
No.
So definitely want to make sure you get some points on the board.
And I'm certain their coach feels elated or relieved, and then now they feel good about themselves. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Right now is a very good time to get ready to vote for Player of the Game. Again, to do so, you need to subscribe to the A8 Sports Media on YouTube. Go into the live comment section and be ready, because in 4 minutes and 7 seconds game time, the poll will open up for you to select who the Player of the Game is. We're going to start with offense, then with defense. Be sure to subscribe at A8 Sports Media. Vote for who you think is Player of the Game is. You have a bevy of options. Again, offense first, defense second. We are going straight into a commercial break. See you on the other side.
Get ready to experience the thrill of Alamo Heights sports like you've never seen it before.
AH Sports Media is your ticket to the heart-pounding action.
Catch all the live coverage of Alamo Heights sports events.
And exclusive insights from dedicated athletes and coaches.
Don't miss out. Tune to AH Sports Media and be part of the excitement.
Alamo Heights Sports, brought to you by AH Sports Media.
Your passion, our coverage.
And we're back, and you're seeing a kickoff return by Alamo Heights for the first time in a long time. We're doing the fake reverse, getting upfield, and we have a block in the back. Hopefully they don't call it, and they don't. And we get upfield, and we have a hit out of bounds for Trip Johnson. We will start this drive at the Lanier 34-yard line. We have a Lanier Volk down. He's on the sideline, so he's already cleared. He's walking his own power, number 49. So, Brian, here we are again at a place where we're familiar with. We're close to the 50. We have a big stride offense, and we've brought in Robert Mickler.
Oh, man.
If you know anything about Mickler, he's got the wrist of a flicker. So if it's a pass, it's going to be on time and on target. And we have trips left. So let's see what we have here. In the backfield, I believe, is DK Garza, who's been kind of quiet today. On cue, just off target. Okay. What do you want to do? Jersey numbers. Oh, not. So here we go again. Second down and 10. 3 minutes and 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Robert Mickler in the gun, calling for the snap. Hands the ball off. Oh, he does his miraculous pull and spin. He's getting upfield, and he gets to Alamo Heights. First down. Don't let 15 fool you. He's a wide body, but he's got some jiggle in that wiggle.
He like a tank.
I'm not saying he did ballet when he was younger, but he's got the feet of a ballerina because he's light and nimble.
And you don't want to get in his way.
No.
No, you do not want to get in his way.
He reminds me of a Jerome Bettis type.
Ooh,
like light in the toes, but heavy in the hit.
Yeah,
so
great comparison.
At quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. First down in 10, 3 minutes and 15 seconds to go from the Alamo Heights 50, their favorite yard line to start. Keeps again, gets up the middle.
You go.
Oh,
get
out over and just rambles his way down for another 18-yard gain.
Oh, run, and then he tight-roped it.
If you didn't know, that Mack truck is Robert Mickler.
Oh, my God. Exciting to see run, ain't he? Hey, look, man, Mickler can get down the field. Tight-roped it, lowered the shoulder, get out the way. Here I come.
He's move, get out the way. Yep.
Real quick.
2 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Alamo Heights up 61, Lanier 7. I think he's not tired. He says, give me more.
Give
me more. And he's
still,
he's just electrifying right now. This has been the Mickler drive. He's on the move. That's another pickup of 13 yards.
DJ Khaled said it best, right? DJ Khaled said it best. Get out my way, man. He gonna move. Another one.
Another one.
Another one.
Yes. I'm assuming I'm gonna go on a prediction. He's tired.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
handing the ball off right now, or he's throwing.
He gonna hand it off.
Or maybe he's hungry because he's like, hey, I got us this far. Let me get that end zone. He receives the snap. He's looking to throw. Catch by Trip Johnson, out of bounds after a 2-yard gain. Oh, sorry, Kingston Kennan. I saw the 4. It looked like a 1-4. Trip and Kingston look alike with the white gloves sometimes. 2nd and 8. I think Robert's putting his hands again.
Oh, you think?
He got a little breather, right?
Got a little
I got
breather.
my second win.
He gets close to the end zone. Minute and 7 left in the quarter.
Hands it off and fumbleitis in the end zone, touchback. Oh, they're calling him down.
Down. That'll be down at the 2-yard line. Oh, turnover. Are they calling it a turnover?
So either he was overruled because he called the ball down, and then all of a sudden now they're handing the ball to Lanier. That's where we need that ball security because you were close to pay dirt.
No.
Wait, now you which one is it? Touchback? Oh, man, they call it a touchback. This may be a mercy turnover because one official had him ruled down, then another official came in and said it's a fumble and a touchback.
Yeah, definitely a confusing turn of events by the
Such a
Stripes.
good drive wasted or ends in another shot myself in the foot type moment. Regardless if you're the first team or second team, we can't have those mistakes, period.
Correct.
Gentlemen. The standard is the standard.
The standard is the standard. And the reality is you never know
when your number's going to get
when
called.
your number's going to be called.
We just called to say you're in this game today. 50 seconds left. What does Lanier do with this 50 seconds? Hand the ball off. Now they're confident their run game's going to bring them home because they're running the ball wild. Runs over a DB. And then here we go. It's Christmas for Lanier. When you can't score a point, you ask for flags, and you shall receive.
Yeah. I mean, I understand the call by the Stripes, but
I don't
mean,
at all
it was
because
a
it wasn't an
football
intentional
play.
hit. They kind of collided.
Exactly. It wasn't intentional at all.
Yeah, if you, you know, it's one thing if the dude intentionally, like, boom, lowered the shoulder for the boom. It was a right place, wrong time. And
correct. I mean, it was a football play.
Because we saw that same incident happen on the kickoff return to Trent Johnson that wasn't called. So, or sorry, on the punt return. So, again, don't all of a sudden have feelings for flags in a 54-point deficit.
Correct. Let's see if Lanier can do something with this.
See if the defense can do something about this. And the quarterback gets loose again. And he's running. That's tackled by Narcy Wickley for a gain of 6-7.
Second and 3 on the 45-yard line.
We definitely have a mix of our second and third string team in.
Yeah.
Hey, that horn, it's the fourth quarter, which means you, if you're still with us, can log into AH Sports Media on YouTube. The poll is open now for you to vote for today's player of the game. You have a bevy of selections. We're going offense first, vote for the offensive player, then you can vote for the defense player. To do so, you must be a subscriber. And why wouldn't you be? We're giving you all the heart-pounding action that you need from the football program here at Alamo Heights. You get 2 minutes on offense to vote, and then you get another 2 minutes to vote for the defensive player of the game. The polls are open, ready for your selections. Right now, we're going to step aside while we take a media timeout. Enjoy the broadcast from Alamo Heights Sports Media. We'll see you on the other side.
Get ready to experience the thrill of Alamo Heights sports like you've never seen it before.
AH Sports Media is your ticket to live action sports.
Catch all the live coverage of Alamo Heights sports events.
And exclusive insight from dedicated coaches and athletes.
Don't miss out. Be sure to tune in to AH Sports Media to be part of the action.
We're back. Welcome to the broadcast. Again, this is the Alamo Heights Football Saturday edition brought to you by Alamo Heights Sports Media. It is Alamo Heights 61, Lanier Volks 7. Right now, Lanier Volks has possession of the football at the Alamo Heights 45. They're trying to put together a drive. So far, we've seen a mix of plays from the second unit from Alamo Heights where we made a good drive and fumbled the ball in the end zone, giving Lanier the touch ball. Lanier is, running the ball effectively. They get close to the first down.
ran into big number 43.
If you're watching this broadcast, please don't hesitate to vote. The polls are open. We need your selections. Myself and Brian, we are too close to the vest to choose who should be the winner of the MVP of the game. So do this a favor and vote for the offensive player of the game. And you have 2 minutes to do so, and then vote for the defensive player of the game. Your votes are needed. All right, Lanier's on the move, trying to get loose. Narcy Wickley sneaks in the backfield and tackles Chacon for a loss.
What a play by Weedley.
It is second down, 11 from the 42-yard line. 10 minutes and 55 seconds remaining.
No.
He's in trouble. He has pressure. He escapes. He evades. And he is pushed out of bounds for a loss.
Man, definitely can't have that happen, right? When you're trying to make up such a large deficit. I mean, I know it's huge, realistically. You're not going to score 40, 50 points in a quarter. But you need some positive to take away. That's definitely not going to be one of those positives.
Well, again, our defense stepped up. And in
Right?
light of that, right? In
Correct.
light of that, go vote for the defensive player.
Hey, there you go. There you go.
You have 2 minutes to vote for the defensive player of the game. Again, subscribe, like, love, and go to live comments and vote for who you think the defensive player of the game is for this game. But to your point, Ryan, it's not even about making up the deficit. It's just getting some positive.
Correct. Correct. Exactly.
Something on film to say, look what we can do when we do it.
Exactly.
Go into your last game next week and hope you can show out. And then let that lead you to the offseason, because the offseason is always very important.
Correct.
We have an injured player down. Looks like Mr. Dixon is down on the Alamo Heights side.
Oh, man.
It is going to be 4th down and 20 once this resumes. Hopefully, young man is okay.
Correct. Correct. Definitely an example of a young man who left it all on the field today. Definitely. And see him walking off under his own power. That's always, always, always a great sign. I mean, understandably.
He's been on kickoff returns. They've had a lot of those. He's been on offense. He may even play some defense. So it's not like he's out there just doing one thing and holding over.
Correct. He definitely is Mr. Everyman for Lanier, right? This young man has been all over the field.
Here we go, 4th and 20. If you're Alamo Heights, do you play for the fake or do you? It's 4th and 13. Sorry, that was a 7-yard gain by Mr. Dixon. If this is the case, if I'm the Mules, I go full throttle after this punt.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Lanier called a timeout, which is intriguing. I don't know if they're calling the offense back out there and going to go for it. That's what it looks like, because I see their O-lineman getting ready to go.
Oh, man. Let's see if they do it.
Do they have a play drawn up for 13.1 yards? We've seen them do it before. Maybe they want to try it again.
Hey, I'm still hoping for the annexation of Puerto Rico. I want to see it.
I don't see not just Puerto Rico, but what I don't see is number 5, Xavion Bowling. I've been trying to spot watch him the sideline and huddle.
Yeah, and could be mistaken, but he's been missing for quite some time. Like, I haven't seen him in the game. I haven't seen him on the sideline. Hopefully, yeah.
Most people who can ball just want to do that.
Correct.
They don't want to not be able to do that.
Correct. And if he has been missing,
If there's a time to go for the 4th and 13, this is it.
I mean,
New defensive parts and pieces out there. Let's see if one of these young bucks can make a play and make a name for themselves in this moment. We've got the halfback pass
Oh, man, what a blow. And that was catchable. Yeah, that's very unfortunate. Correct. Correct. He did. And for this Alamo Heights team, this is not a place where you want to give them the ball.
Well, I mean, who knows? We fumbled it last time.
That's true.
At this point, I don't think that even matters. It's 61-7. You're just trying to play some good football.
Correct.
9 minutes and 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's 1st and 10, Alamo Heights Mules at the 45-yard line. I don't know what we're waiting on. We're waiting. That ball's not handed off. It is kept by Maker. We got a hole on the edge. I don't think I call it. Oh, no, that's Brady Pinion. Sorry. I was like,
Oh, man.
got quicker. The ball was down. That's the time.
Yeah, he was down. Definitely down at what looks like it's the 38-yard line.
This is where the coaches are.
42, I'm sorry.
They are having to coach this up on the fly. Different parts and pieces in at the same time. No huddle. 8 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. As Brady Pinion lines up the offense, calls the ball, receives the snap, hands it off to Thomas Gutierrez, who advances up the field, cuts it back, cuts through, picks up 9 yards.
And what a run by Gutierrez.
Now we have the all-important third and 1.
Hey, LaRon, you know, I always talk about DK and the neck roll. Gutierrez might need the neck roll, too. Look, fullback. Look, I'm part of the unofficial Make Fullback Great Again committee. Bring him back. And
He does fit the neck roll candidacy. Brady
what a
Pinion
block.
a block in front of him and picks up the first.
What a block by Gutierrez. I see you, Gutierrez.
But he know he was on defense as a linebacker. So
Oh, man.
he's just a fullback.
Look,
To unload on somebody.
there it is. He's doing a definite great job.
He just moved over to running back last week.
Really?
So he was last week's debut.
Hey.
And it's funny because, you know, like I said, they're still trying to figure out where people can fit and piece together. He went from defense to offense, and we've seen guys go from offense to defense and do well as well. So he's getting a shot right now. Lined up offset right to Brady Pinion. Ball is called for. Ball is handed. Nope, kept by Brady Pinion. And
Ooh.
right at the sticks for no gain. Minimal gain of 1 if possible.
Good job on Pena for having great, you know, situational awareness and knowing that, hey, there was nothing really there. So maybe it might be best to kind of get out of bounds or get out, you know, take what you can get.
Well, he didn't get out of bounds. He just was tackled short, pocket running.
Yeah.
That was a little weird, though, because that may be a new running back issue where he had to yank the ball from Thomas. Thomas was like, no, I want this ball. And he kind of slowed down Pinion to get around that corner. So he may have got more yards, but that's what the game's for. They're working out the kinks. Here we go. They actually hand it off this time to Gutierrez. He gets around the corner. He gets upfield. He busts through some arms.
Oh, man.
And he's trying to get the pay dirt as he trucks over and near Bolt at the 9-yard line.
Get that man a neck roll. Yes. Yes, he is getting down the field. Getting down the field. Nice power run. I love it. I love it. I love it. I am definitely a big North and South guy. I don't like all that dancing. This ain't Dancing with the Stars. This ain't all of those little shows. Look, man, get down the field.
He's a thumper. Here we go. 2 running backs in the backfield with Brady Pinion. Thomas Gutierrez to his left. Ball is not handed off. We have a complicated for Brady Pinion who's trying to do exactly what you don't like. He was dancing.
Yeah.
He was trying to stun on him. The stunt didn't work.
Yeah, definitely. And I think something he'll clean up with a little bit more experience, but take what you can get and then get down. Will not be denied. Looks like it's gonna be 4th and 4 from the 4-yard line. Looks like
got a gain of 3 yards?
Yep, gain 3 yards. Looks like it was Pena on the run.
And we're going for it. Our first 4th down of the game coming with 3 minutes and 30 seconds in the game. Brady Pena on the skates. Brady Pena stood up. Brady Pena denied at the 2-yard line.
So it looks like Lanier's going to be forced to go the length of the field.
With 3 minutes and 27 seconds left. They're probably going to try to kill this clock. Great opportunity if you're the second unit of the Alamo Heights Mules defense to try to make a name for yourself, because it's easier to go 2 yards for touchdown than 98 yards.
Yeah, that is a Herculean task that Lanier's going to have to overcome.
We're not doing interview 3 minutes and 27 seconds. Now is a TV timeout, but I'm saying we have a minute right now. Yes. Right now, Mr. Brian, we're going to go down to the field to Taj Young and see what he's got going down there.
I'm here with Reno right here down on the field with Reno's wrap-up. Now we're here at the rock pile. Now give me your one thought of how this entire game is going.
First off, I love being at the rock pile. This is a historic stadium here in San Antonio with years of great football matchups. Hopefully our students appreciate getting a chance to play here on this field. Our first string came out and did a great job, both offensively and defensively, got on the board quick. Credit to Lanier, who worked really hard today. They brought the intensity, and obviously our students matched it. So it was a great start to the game, and I think our guys matched it all the way through.
Now Halloween's coming up. Now give me your favorite Halloween candy.
Well, I can't give you one. I'm a hot tamale guy, but I also don't say no to anything peanut butter, Butterfinger, Reese's peanut butter cups. Taj, you don't get a physique like this saying no to peanut butter, okay? So, and if you got some leftovers, you let me know, all right?
All right, well, definitely will. All right, that was Reno's wrap-up. I'm Taj Young, and by the way, give anything peanut butter to him. All right, this has been Taj Young saying back up to the 10.
All right, thank you, Taj. We're back to action here on the field. The Alamo Heights Mules defense has denied Lanier any advancement as they're at the 2-yard line. Actually, they did. They made 3 yards. A second down to 7. They've had a 3-yard gain. They are backed up to their end zone with 2 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. Lanier is trying to just get out of dangerous territory and kill the clock. They would love to get another score if possible, Brian, but we'll see. We'll see what our defense can do and how they respond. Handoff, stretch to the right, and drag down tackle. They spot them for a 2-yard gain, which brings up 3rd down and 5.
Yeah, it definitely looks like Lanier's just trying to get out of here, you know, survive the last 2 minutes, 30 seconds without any unnecessary or ridiculous injuries and kind of survive, which I understand. There's definitely some element of playing this safe taking place here.
Can't play it too safe. It's 3rd and 5. You got to get this first down, and that lends itself to your favor. 13 seconds on the play clock. Got to get this ball snapped so you don't lose 5 yards and put it yourself at 3rd and 10. Quarterback bobbles the ball, tries to get up the field, and he is stopped, denied by Narcy Wickley and company. Looks like he may have gained no yardage, so we have 4th down and 5 at the 7-yard line.
Yep. A pair of
they
mules
gave
there on
him
the
2
stop.
yards.
No, they gave him 2.
They giving a lot right now. They didn't even, it's give thanks, and they're giving.
Yeah, it looks like it's a little bit of mercy hand. And
Mercy me.
Going there. Yeah, mercy me is right.
1 minute and 30 seconds remaining in the game. And Lanier looks content to let the clock just drop. But they have to get a playoff because it's 13 seconds on the play clock, which puts them at 1:07 by the time that it'll be a dead ball foul. 1:10, sorry. They're draining it all the way down. 3, 2. Oh, they snapped it. Hey, they're going to punt. We had no one back to receive.
A great punt.
Well, it's a great punt when you have nobody back there to
that's
return
true.
it. So now it's like it's going to be our turn to drain the clock. 1 minute and 1 second remaining in the ball game, folks, and it is Alamo Heights Mules 61 and the Lanier Volks 7. 1st and 10 for Alamo Heights. Brian, as we get closer to wrapping this up, it's been a game. It's been unique. It's been trick. It's been treat. It's been trick again. I mean, don't let the scoreboard fool you. We still have some window washing to do to this going forward this week.
LaRon, definitely. I think that's a valid point. We found one thing for sure out of this game, and that is definitely we have some things we got to clean up. Now, we did play a good game, right? Offense looked good. Defense looked great. Special teams was a little less special than we would like, but, you know, special teams showed up, but we definitely got to clean up some of those mental errors because they definitely did make a bit of an appearance today, and as we're getting closer to the playoffs, you can't have that when you're going up against better teams.
Definitely. You hit the nail on the head. We keep harping on it, but it's the reality. And I remember thinking back to last year's playoffs and talking to some of the guys, and everybody was just curious, how will we perform against a team that's equal to us? And we went out and proved that, you know, beat Kerrville-Tivy is like they were in our district, but it just was, it felt, you didn't know until you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what this year. We have Sam Houston next week, so be sure to tune into the broadcast at 8 Sports Media. It's going to be an amazing broadcast. We're going to feature Heights Business Incubator and some of the companies that have come out of that. So stay tuned. We're definitely going to have a fun broadcast. Right now we have some images from our teammate Isabel Pino. Take a look at those. All right, welcome back. As we wrap up this broadcast, few thoughts. It was what it was. We talked about we're looking to make that move to have a clean game to see what we look like. As I mentioned, next week we have Sam Houston Hurricanes coming to Harry Orem Stadium, Trail Irzar Field, 7 o'clock kickoff, the last regular season game of the year. That's the crescendo. That's the game that we have to have that's flawless. And then we head to the second season, the season that is everything you do in the offseason reason for,
Mhm.
and we go forward. So tonight's broadcast by AH Sports Media, we still have to announce the player of the game. It was a game in a special place. Our offensive MVP or player of the game today is Michael Terry and Park Zunker. That's what the fans voted. And our defensive players of the game, we have a tie also. Lauren Christensen and Joseph DePerrier. They both were impact players of the game. So hats off to those young men as they performed well today. And I'll shout out Colin Ernst for his early efforts to get the team on the back and get them across the goal line. Anything you have to say to close out the broadcast?
Oh, man. You know, it's the little things. We talk about that all the time. But when we get into those playoff scenarios and we get into that second season, those little things get magnified, right? So my final thoughts are, you know, it was nice to see Alamo Heights put together a team effort, right? Offense, defense, special teams all had a good game. There's always room to grow. There's always room to improve. Like I said earlier, the main thing we realized or that showed itself today is that, you know, we got to clean up those mental mistakes. Because when we get into those big game scenarios, we get into those playoff scenarios, that could be the difference between going home or moving on to the next round.
You hit the nail on the head, and that's it for this broadcast. We thank you guys for locking and loading into AH Sports Media, a production that can't be done without the students. We thank them for taking time out of their Saturday, and for the leadership of John Munoz, who writes the ship to this thing. I'm LaRhon Fields, Brian Monette, AH Sports Media. Keep it locked and live. See you next week, 7 o'clock. Have a good day.
That she wrote speech to the young, that she wrote speech to the young, speech to the progress toward. Say
To be a mule.